Yes, guys, big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. This is the Napoli preview, guys. Yeah, we're going to get stuck into it, looking at Liverpool versus Napoli Champions League game week 6. Last game in the group, both teams have already qualified. But, you know, Liverpool somehow win 4-0 today. They top the group. I'm just putting it that way, but that ain't going to happen. But big up to everyone. Don't forget the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I'll appreciate it. Thanks for everyone coming in. Yeah, so a lot to talk about. So thank you very much for the last couple of days, guys. Everyone coming in the last couple of videos. I do appreciate it. My rundown of this Liverpool team this season. I appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you very much. Appreciate all your nice comments after the video as well. I do appreciate that as well. Thank you for coming along with me as well. We've got to get stuck in, guys. We've got to get stuck into this Napoli game. Look, both teams are qualified. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. What do Liverpool do? What do Liverpool do today? I know a lot of people are saying, you know, rest up, rotate the team, you know, all this sort of stuff. You know, players shouldn't be playing. We're already through. It's a nothing game. That's true. But the problem is with these sort of games is that they're not nothing games, you know. They're not nothing games. Even when there's nothing on the line, it's still a something of a game. It's still, you know, there's still something to play for and something to drive for and something to go for. It's, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't think we'll play a weak team. I think we'll play quite a strong team. I think we'll surprise people with our lineups. I can see the outrage on Twitter is going to be like incredible. Why are we playing a weakened team? We've got injuries. We're already through. It's a nothing game. Yeah, that being said, I agree. But at the moment in time, this team has no rhythm. This Liverpool team has zero rhythm. And for me, I'd play my strongest team available. We've got no rhythm at the moment. We ain't in a luxury of like resting players. We need rhythm. We need to end these few games before we go to the World Cup with some kind of momentum. You know, otherwise it's going to be another shit show after the World Cup. We need rhythm in this. We need rhythm. We've got Spurs on Sunday. I don't think resting players up for Spurs on Sunday is going to really do anything. I don't think it's worth it. We've got no rhythm. And all this stuff about the players are tired, I've gone through it in the last 2 videos, guys. These players ain't tired. You look at the performance they're putting against Man City, look at the performances they're putting against Ajax. This team ain't tired. This team has a mentality issue where it now likes being the underdog. So when they go up against bigger teams, strong teams, Liverpool like being the underdog. And that's their weak mentality at the moment. It's a really, really weak mentality. And they need to get that sorted and fast. And with this Napoli game, look, I don't think you can go and put out a B team to this Napoli side right now. I don't think you could go and put out a B team against this Napoli side and just get humiliated. What's that going to do for everyone? Seriously, what is that going to do for this team if you put out a weakened team and they get humiliated at home to Napoli? It's a farce, ain't it? It's an absolute farce. This team, we need to play a strong team tonight, in my opinion. I think Napoli might play quite a strong side as well. Remember, I don't think they're going to put out their C team and Liverpool put out their A team and get possibly beaten 4-0. Liverpool need to win 4-0 tonight, top the group, but that ain't happening. Let's not worry about that. You know, Liverpool are not winning 4-0 tonight. It's just not going to happen, guys. And look, I think, yeah, strong team. I really do. I can understand people that's saying weak team, put out a weak team. I'm not sure you can do it. I'm really not sure you can do it. I think we've got to go as strong as possible. I think we can put players on the bench in the squad that haven't played yet, or give them some minutes later in the game. I'm not sure. I would personally go full strength. I like to see what you guys. I'd like to know what you guys in the chat want to say about this. You guys in the chat, let's get what you guys are saying. Should we go full strength tonight, or should we rotate? Should we go full strength, or should we rotate? Let me know in the chat, because I'd like to hear what you guys say as well. I'll be interested to hear what you guys say as well, because I think we should go full strength. I really do. I think we should go full strength. No messing around. Just get the game done. Get some rhythm back in this team. You know, get some rhythm back in this team, and then go again against Spurs. I just don't see the point of resting Salah and resting Darwin and resting Bobby and resting Trent and resting Virgil and resting Alisson. You know, and then, you know, it's not like we're firing up the league. It's not like we're running Man City close in this Premier League already, and you know we can take we can maybe rest them up and stuff like that, because rhythm is not a problem. We have zero rhythm. We have nothing to this team. I just don't feel like you can go in the Champions League, even in a dead game, and rotate too much. I just don't think you can. I don't think many teams do it as well. It's not just a Liverpool thing. I don't think many teams actually rotate their whole team in a dead game in the Champions League. I mean, I think you got to play. You got to play them. You got to play these guys. We have to play these guys and get something back. We need a good win against. No, Napoli have not lost this season. If we go and beat Napoli at home tonight with a full strength team, does the confidence of the players a bit of good? They have just taken 2 humiliating losses on the bounce. We have just lost to Nottingham Forest and Leeds on the bounce in the Premier League. That is humiliating. And the players should be humiliated. The players should be feeling it. Should we then decide that these players, they need to play, man? Full strength, man. Full strength. I am sick of seeing this team lose. I'm fucking had enough of it. Full strength. And if you guys watched my video yesterday, big up to you if anyone watched the video last couple of days. I blame the players quite a bit as well, especially yesterday's video, guys, when I was looking at the players. I blame these players. I really do. These players have got a lot to answer for. And I think you've got to put them out there and make them answer it. You know, Virgil needs to go out there. Virgil shouldn't be rested. Virgil should go out there and prove that he isn't dead now. You know, these players need to go out on that pitch and prove they're not dead. I want to see a full strength team. I don't want to see too much rotation. I don't want to see too much rotation. I don't want the B team to get absolutely humiliated at Anfield against Napoli. That's going to do no one any good. Like zero any good. I want to see a proper team out there doing a proper game with proper effort. We need these players need to kick up the arse. These players need a kick up the arse. They just need one. They're getting away with murder for me. These players are getting away with absolute murder. And yeah, big up to a man like Shawnee, Don Van Dyke, and Aaron. Rod's in the house. How you doing, Rods? You're all right as well, you know, like on the Thiago thing, if he gets injured. Thiago can get injured playing any game. He can get injured playing any game. You've got 5 substitutions that you can use. On the flip side of that, you play your B team and players in them positions that you're resting for get injured, then you got to play you got to play people like Thiago every week because there's no one to come in for him. So we can reverse it as well. It's the Champions League. It's not the FA Cup. It's not the League Cup. You know, it might be a dead game to some people, and it is a dead game in a way, but there is still stuff to play for. I mean, Liverpool can still top the group, so I'd rather top the group because the teams we get in, you know, you see the possible teams we're going to play if we finish second in this group. I mean, in February when we come back to the Champions League, obviously Liverpool could look like a lot better of a team. Hopefully, all our players are back fit, and we've bought someone in January, so we might look better of a team in February. So it won't matter so much. But no, this team needs to change. This team needs to sort their shit out, and there's nothing better doing it than being the first team to beat Napoli this season. If you ask me, go and put that first team out and tell them correct their wrongs. Don't let them get away with it. I honestly feel like dropping players is letting them get away with it right now. I think dropping players is letting them get away with it. Really is, because they're causing the problem. You know, Van Dijk's form is causing him issues. You know, dropping him's just letting him get away with it. Play him. Just play him. These players, look, I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Napoli and Tottenham. Let me put it that way. I'm telling you right now, it wouldn't surprise me if we won tonight and we beat Tottenham on Sunday. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And then lost to Southampton. Would that actually surprise anyone? Would actually anyone in the live, guys in the chat right now, would anyone actually be surprised if Liverpool went and beat Napoli tonight, beat Tottenham on Sunday, but lost to Southampton? Because that's the way we're going at the moment. I just don't feel like we can play a team that's going to get annihilated. Guys, I just don't feel like we can play a B team that could be annihilated by this Napoli team. I just don't think we can do it, man. We've got to go full strength. Have to go full strength. This Napoli team is good. I want to see a full strength team. I really do. What's Ash got here? Ash has put Ali, Ramsey, Kanate, Gomez, Simicast, Hendo, Biatic, Thiago, Salah, Nunes, and Carvalho. Yeah, something like that. That's almost full strength with 1 or 2 differences. That's what I think he will do. Something like what Ash has put there. That is something I could see. Virgil has to play for me. I'm not letting Virgil get away with it having a rest. No. Man needs to play. He's not getting away with it. I think resting Virgil's letting him get away with it. I don't want him rested for Tottenham. Why? He's shit. Why are we resting a shit player for Tottenham? Play. You know, why should you have a night off? You've been terrible. Why should you have a night off and rest against Spurs? Fuck him. Play. Play. Simple as that. But that team, that team there might be something in that, you know. I could see Biastek starting. I really could. But if he's going to start, you got to play experienced around him. So if Biastek does actually start in that number 6 role, which I have a feeling he might do tonight, you do have to play experience around him. And why would you? I mean, that could be the front 3 as well. I think it's going to be a lot of first teamers, or 1 or 2 or 3 maybe names you didn't think would be in there. Look, Ramsey, I'd like Ramsey to start, but Ramsey played for the under-23s last night. Once again, I watched his performance. Good performance, scored again. You know, he actually looks like a very good footballer, Calvin Ramsey. He looks like a really decent footballer. But the problem is he played in the under-23s last night. There's no way he's starting a game of football in the Champions League 24 hours after. It's just no chance. So that tells me either Trent or Milner's playing right back, or Gomez. There you're free. Gomez, Trent, or Milner's playing right back straight away. You know, that's just. Yeah, big up, Ash. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying, but I just think that's just letting him have a day off and nothing. He's been shit. Agree, no point risking Alisson tonight. I did say in a chat a few days ago, I did say that Alisson probably should come out for this game with Kelleher in goal. Yeah, if there's one, look, I'm going to pick my team in a bit, guys. When I pick my team, you know, you might be a bit shocked who I leave in and leave out, but yeah, I just don't know. If Virgil's dropped, I don't want to see Gomez with anyone in centre back if it ain't Virgil. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see Konate and Gomez together. That is a marriage made in hell. That is a marriage made in hell. So I don't want if Virgil ain't playing, then I don't want Gomez and Konate. I just can't have Gomez and Konate playing together. Jesus Christ, can you imagine that? No, thank you. I want Konate and Virgil playing together. I don't even want Gomez in a Liverpool shirt, let alone in the bloody first team. I don't want Gomez anywhere near anything. I don't want no Gomez in the City. Gomez needs to go. But Alisson, if I'm looking at it, the only player I would probably rest tonight is probably Alisson. That is probably the only player I'd rest tonight is Alisson. He's our best player. I've been saying it for a while now. People need to start getting used to it. Alisson Becker is Liverpool's best player. He's the most reliable player. I can hang my hat on Alisson. I can tell him, like, you know, what can't Alisson do, man? He's got great distribution. He's great in goal. You know, there's nothing bad about Alisson. He's even good looking. It's not even fair. Do you know what I mean? It's not fair. I'd rest him because Kelleher's a decent number 2. Queven Kelleher is a decent number 2. He's got good distribution. He's good on his line. I like Queven Kelleher. Give him a game. Play him in goal. Alisson is the one we need to, you know, just look after. Little Irish Claire Balding. Pac-Man. Queven Kelleher is good, man. He's a good goalkeeper. Yeah, Alisson's the man, you know. Alisson's the man. Let him rest. Everyone else fucking plays. You got to remember as well, people might not like this, but it's the truth. You get £3 million if you win a game of football in the Champions League. I'm just saying. You get £3 million if you win a game of football in the Champions League, guys. What do you think's going to happen? I'll just leave it there. What do you think's going to happen? You get £3 million for winning a game of football in the Champions League. I'll leave it there. And with that, I think we all know we're playing our first team. And let me just go through the comments, guys. We'll see what you guys are saying. Hope you're all good. Loads of comments here. Loads of comments. We'll just go through them real quick. Big up Ravi. Big up Baz. How you doing, mate? Stream Elements doing their job. Big up Ant. Big up KVJ. New Beats. How you doing, guys? Don't forget to go and subscribe to New Beats Football Analysis right now. Friend of the channel. Friend of the show. You know him off Kopish as well. Go and subscribe to the man, okay? Go and get his numbers up. Big up to you, my friend. Big up Ant. How you doing, my friend? Ravi. God, Lee Gunner talking about Liverpool is like a blind man watching football. What is Lee Gunner saying about Liverpool now? I'm telling you right now, Lee Gunner has got an erection for Liverpool. I'm telling you. He talks about Liverpool more than he talks about Arsenal. When you're a kid and you're always bullying the girl that you really fancy. You know, when you're a child, you're a kid, and like, and you're in school, and there's a girl that you really, really fancy, but for some reason you just bully her all the time, yeah? Right? That's Lee Gunner. Lee Gunner fancies Liverpool. Lee Gunner would, if Lee Gunner could, he would probably try and stick his dick in the cop. Do you know what I mean? That the man's got an hard-on for Liverpool. I don't know what it is, but he talks about us all the time. He also needs to sort his Barnet out. I know that. Pride match, lower pace legs, etc. 1-0 Liverpool. Wouldn't be surprised if we get slapped. Big up Bailey. I'd like to see some youth. Get the youth out there. Big up Baz. How you doing? Well, my friend. Lee Gunner said Harvey Elliott does nothing in the games and Robbo can't defend. Robbo can't defend? Oh, fuck off. What is he on about? Harvey Elliott does nothing in games. What, because he hasn't got stats? It's what football's about now, guys. If you don't watch a 90-minute game of football and you only consume your football in 3-minute highlights and them stats don't see, and you don't see no stats, Lee Gunner's probably the sort of fella with the stats that would probably go, right, Lampard is better than Zidane because Lampard's stats are better than Zidane. Do you know what I mean? It's probably that sort of geezer. He probably thinks Xhaka's as good as Xavi because their stats are quite similar. I can do one. I think Harvey Elliott's playing all right considering he's playing out of position. Do you know what I mean? Be up, Don. How you doing, Jamie? Previous 2 shows are amazing. What an intro. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate it, my friend. Anyone else not asked about tonight? Do you know what it is, Aaron? I can understand what you're saying, man. I really can understand what you're saying, but I don't know what it is. Even with my rants the last 2 days, my hatred for this football club right now, and I mean it, fucking hate this club sometimes. I really do. If this club, fucking, I really hate them sometimes. But I do hate this club. I really do. It fucks me off so much sometimes. But when there's a game on that day, I'm like, all right, I'm hype. I'm going to watch the game. You know what I mean? I just get in that thing. I can fucking slag them off. And then it's game day. I'm like, all right, I'll sit down and watch the game. I'll get into it. I can't help myself. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, big up everyone in the chat. I hope everyone's doing well. Big up my man Rod's in the chat. The Ox. Yeah, Ox could come in today. No, Ox can't come in. He hasn't got Champions League clearance. Big up Thomas. How you doing? Martin says Carvalho needs to play. It does. Big up 6 times. How you doing, my son? I hope you're doing well. He's gone 4-2 now. He's on loan though. We've got to remember that. Big up my man Cav. Cav, if you're about, I sent a link in the chat. A link in your Twitter if you're around. Strange game, be it a dead rubber, can't gain anything, can lose everything. We can gain if we win 4-0. We top the group. Even if we win, we can't even claim we've turned the corner. That I agree with. That, yeah, there's no corner turning here. Am I doing the watch along? Yes, I am doing a watch along tonight. I am doing a watch along. Definitely. Big up. Oh, we're going to miss starts. We lose. Big up KZ. It's been a while, KZ. I'm sorry about Klopp plays Fabinho, Henderson, and Milner over both Sick and Ramsey. I'm not watching. I doubt Fabinho will play. You know, Fabinho's got other matters at hand. You know what I mean? He's got a Premier Inn hotel bill he needs to pay. If Base Tech plays, then Hendo will have to play because you need experience around him. And Ramsey played the under-23s last night. Is he going to play 2 games in 24 hours? That's my problem there. Is he going to play 2 games in 24 hours? Yeah, Doak's class. I think he'll be in the Derby game. Yeah, Kelleher. Yeah, Ramsey looks a player. He does. I watched him in the under-23s. I watched the highlights and he looks decent. When's Joel back? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, to be fair. He's basically said he's overplayed Elliott, so I don't expect him to play. Yeah, Elliott won't play tonight. No. Pat Man in chat. Demo in the chat. I want Nate. Nat Phillips might play, you know. Who knows? Yeah, if we go with Boo and Nat, we'll just have to go a sit deeper. Is Nat Phillips registered? Is he registered? I can't remember if Nat's actually Pat-Man says Allison's the best keeper in the world and probably the only player of yours I actually like. Big up Pat-Man. Big up Pat-Man as well, admitting that Allison's the best keeper in the world. Not many rival fans would say that. So big up Pat-Man. I really think Gomez should be on loan for one season. He needs to play a whole season. Yeah, I agree. I've been saying that for a while now. We will never know how good Curtis Jones is because he don't play enough. Simple as that. Curtis Jones has got to go somewhere. He's got to play in the Premier League, but he's got to go somewhere. Curtis Jones, I don't know what it is, but Curtis Jones and Aston Villa just sort of fits. I don't know why. But when I think of Curtis going on loan, I just see Aston Villa in his future. I think Aston Villa and Curtis just sort of like, I don't know why, just seems to fit. Definitely Nerbeats, that's what I'd do as well. Definitely. I mean, I wouldn't be playing Fab for a while, man. If the rumours are true about Fab, and when it's only rumours, we don't know if it's true or not. But if them rumours are true about him and his missus, then, you know, yeah, he probably shouldn't be playing anyway, do you know? Exactly, Ravi. LDs, how you doing? We want to buy one more injury-prone player in January. Conrad Lima. Is he injury prone, is he? Is Conrad Lima, is he injury prone? I didn't know he was injury prone. I know he's a very good footballer. I know I'd like him in my team. Is he actually injury prone? We tried to get him in August, didn't we? Before the transfer deadline. But apparently we got told we came in too late for him and they couldn't buy. Is he injury prone? I don't know. I've seen bits of him. I can only say what I've only watched him when he's played. So every time I've watched, he's playing. And every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, he looks quality footballer, you know. He looks a quality footballer. But I didn't know he was injury prone. Fabinho centre back. Jesus. No worries, my friend. No worries. M's in the house. How you doing, M's? We are the team. Big up, everyone. Yeah, this is about Lee Gunner and his fucking, the man's a knob jockey. It's get clicks, James, because he can't do it with Arsenal anymore. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the same fella who hates his own football club until all of a sudden they're winning. I mean, see a glory hunter. Masood in the house. How you doing, my friend? Thank you very much. It's a tool. Bailey says it's a tool. Nick, how you doing? He never said he can't defend, but not that good at it. He's not that good at it. He's tremendous at it. What the fuck? Big off, pan off. Lee wants to sort his shit airline out of Liverpool. Looking forward to yours and the Spurs and Aiken. That could be hilarious on two fronts. To be fair, Pac-Man, to be fair, we're already through. So if we do lose, we lose, but we're through anyway. Spurs only need a point. If they don't draw today or win, they're out. So it's a bit more easier for Liverpool. Thank you very much. Martin just subscribed, lad. Yeah, is that to no beats? There you go. Big up the Grizz. He took some serious grief last night and backed Liverpool with his chest. Top guy. Yeah, Grizz is the man. I love Grizz to bits, man. Grizz is quality. Anguissa's not playing. Ooh. Okay, Jan. Is it Jan or Jan? Sorry, my friend. I don't mean to butcher your name. I think it's Jan. Big up to you. Is that true? No, Anguissa. Well, okay. He's a tremendous player. More turned corners. Master. Watch out for Kalisash and Simeone. Yeah, Simeone will probably play tonight. I think Napoli will change it up a bit. Fabinho living it up. Oh, Jesus Christ, Patrick. Yeah, Ramsey's no chance. I think he might be in the squad, but he ain't going to play. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Got all my venting out the last couple of days. Yeah, Panoff, same here, man. I literally got all my venting out in the last 2 videos. I feel fresh and renewed now. So I'm doing the watch along tonight, guys. So do make sure you all tune in tonight for the watch along. I'll start at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you're all here. And it should be a fun one. That if we're shit, we can all be shit together. Do you know what I mean? We can do the watch along and all be shit together. Do you know? So make sure you tune in for my watch along tonight. If you've never watched one of my watch alongs, come in. It's usually a laugh. I do get a bit irate. I do get a bit emotional. I might keep it chilled tonight, though. You know what I mean? I might keep it chilled. You never know. You know, depends how shit we are. You might see some anger come out of me if we are shit, though. Apparently, Matip suffered a bad setback. Shock. Thank you very much, Jan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. Yeah, on the way to 3K, not far off. 200 subs away from the 3K, guys. It was a massive goal of mine to get to 3K before the end of the season. So we can get there. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Nat Phillips. Yeah, Nat Phillips be good. Curtis Jones is Norwich level. That man will never be the level you need. I agree, Pac-Man. I agree. Curtis to Brentford. Yeah, that could suit him. Like Curtis drives forward. I understand why people like him as well. I always said West Ham on loan for Jones. Yeah. If he wasn't scouted, he'd have been sold 2 years ago. It's probably true. If Liverpool don't play for pride on form, at least in the first half, then take the Leeds loss as a defeat and not a blip. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Big up. What's Jan saying here? Sell Watts, Gomez, Cater and Adrian, please. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've all got F off. There's no doubt about it. I will literally drive them wherever they want to go. Osman scares me. Yeah, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. We need 3 players in Jan. We do. I do think we'll go buy someone, though. It's probably going to be that Lamar, which everyone's chatting about. We're going to be G's going to be with us in a bit. I can't imagine Gomez playing a whole season anywhere. He'd probably get injured signing the paperwork. Can you imagine? Oh, I fractured my wrist. Probably would. Oh, by the way, Monster, sponsor me. You know, I drink this shit all the time. Oshman got a hat trick at the weekend. Yeah. Pac-Man, we're fucked. Let's face it. We're gone. He's injury prone. Yeah, he is injury prone. He's injured, and he's injured to, the January. Oh, he's injury prone. He's injured till January. Great. I don't know what to say. That can't be. If that is the case, then no. What? Because I don't know too much about it. I can only say what I've seen when I've watched him play. When I've actually watched, and he's actually playing. He looks all right, but I haven't watched enough of him to know his injury record and stuff. So I've only seen him when he plays. And when he plays, I'm like, yeah, he's a decent midfielder. He could come into our midfield. Let's face it, if he weren't injury prone, guys, he walks into our midfield. You know, that's not lie about it. Do you know what I mean? He walks into it. Not only he crawls into it, man. It's like easy. A centre back, a left winger, and a centre mid. We always do horrible against a striker, and he's quick, yeah. The Brighton middleman would be a good signing. What, McAllister or Trossard? Heartfelt condolences to all people in South Korea resting. But why? What happened? What happened in? I haven't been on the news all day, guys. What happened in South Korea, guys? Big up, Daz. How you doing? Well. From running the club superbly to now, it's like the government has taken over. Fuck me, that would be worse, wouldn't it? Can you imagine this government in charge of anything? They can't even run a country, let alone a fucking club. Jesus Christ. That would be devastating. Absolutely devastating. Trossard and Lamptey both for 45 mil. Isn't Lamptey always injured as well? Or is it just me? Isn't Lamptey always injured as well? I'll ask G when he comes on, he might know more. But I never see really Lamptey playing, ever. Unless I'm missing something. And Trossard's a good little play, you know. Trossard might be the Bobby Firmino replacement. That might be the play we need. Trossard in. He could be the Bobby Firmino replacement, you know. I think Trossard's a diamond little footballer. Because he plays at Brighton, people look down on him. Belgium international, man. He's a good footballer. That Spuds game would be a good watch tonight. I love Bads. That Spuds game. We all know he's talking about Spurs. Marseille win tonight. I'm going to be in stitches, man. I'm going to be in stitches. Now, that's the thing, guys. You know, everyone's saying we've got Spurs on Sunday, so we should rest players. Spurs can't. Spurs are going to have to play their strongest team possible because they need a result. If Tottenham don't get a result tonight, Tottenham are out. So Tottenham are going even. I mean, if you look at it, right, Tottenham have to play their strongest team and get a result against Marseille. Liverpool already through. So in a way, Liverpool could go, right, we're going to rest some of our players and they're going to be fresher on Sunday than the Tottenham players because they've had to go full strength to get a result against Marseille. So then you'd think that would give us the advantage on Sunday. It's an awkward one, ain't it? It's an awkward. I just don't see it. I just don't see us doing it, guys. I really don't see us doing it. As I said, £3 million for a win. That's all I'm going to say. If Spurs going for a draw, let out. Big up, Andre. Doing, mate? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, friend. Anguissa is injured. Oh, man. It's good for us, bad for him. Did anyone watch Joe Cancelo? Guys shit most of the time, Robbo. Yeah, Cancelo can't defend for toffee. Yeah, we know that. But to be fair, he's more of a winger than a fullback. Jamie, just a quick one. Did you hear Barcelona looking at Arteta for their next manager? Makes sense. Barcelona ain't the club they used to be, guys. We've got to remember this now. Barcelona are like Liverpool. They're a name brand. They're a name brand. But on the pitch, they're not the team they used to be. Name brand, but that's about it. You know what they are? You know what Barcelona are? Barcelona are like a tin of Heinz baked beans, but inside the tin are Aldi baked beans. That's what Barcelona are. It's name only, man. It's brand only. Brand only. Brand only, guys. That's what it is. Guys, don't forget the like button. We've got 71 people in here, only 38 likes. The likes help me out massively on the channel. It gets people that don't know that I exist, gets my video on them, guys. So make sure you hit the fun button right now. Let everyone know that I am live. Let everyone know YouTube will keep pushing out my videos on as we're live with the more likes, guys. So please go and press that fun button if you haven't done so already. It takes half a second to do. It's free to do. Doesn't cost you anything. As you're pressing that like button, guys, YouTube will keep pushing my video out to more eyes. More eyes on the product does better for me, helps my channel grow, and I can keep giving you better and bigger shows weekly, guys. So make sure you hit that like button. Klopp got go Nick last night. He was speeding. He finally got 3 points. Fuck's sake. Fabinho is on coke. I'm just saying. I bet him and his mates are doing that. He's playing like a break. He's on coke. Jesus Christ. Tell you what, if he was on coke, he should be fucking playing better than what he is. I know that. Imagine Fabinho in the changing rooms with the boys, right? Everyone's going outside. All right, boys, I'll just be 1 second. I've just got to go and grab something. Right, I'm ready, boys. Let's go. Let's go. But you should be hyped, man. You should be coming. If anyone's done that shit, you come out that, he'd be like, hey, let's go. You know, come on. And everyone be looking at Fab like, you all right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's on gear. He's on the gear, definitely. He's on the gear. You know, that's what happens, man. League One football celebrate and talk like no other. Antonio Conte, Marseille. Should be interesting. Big up the Reds. I might keep it chill tonight. 4 hours later, Osterman slots home his second and Jamie throws his camera out the window. You know, Pac-Man knows. He watches my stuff. He knows. Pac-Man knows, you know. He's been here. He knows. I swear we don't have doctors and every injured player has to go to public NHS. Can you imagine that? Right, we haven't got a doctor, but the Royal Infirmary is open around the corner, guys. Just go around there. It's a 5-minute walk. You'll be seen to quite quickly. Can you imagine? Big up, Spider. How you doing, my friend? Baz says 4-1. No, we need to win 4-0, Daz. We need to win 4-0 to top the group. It ain't happening. But if we won 4-0 tonight, we actually topped the group. Could you imagine if we did that? Could you imagine if somehow, some way, this team won 4-0 at home tonight and we topped this group from absolutely nowhere? Jesus. Monster, sponsor me. You know, it's just, big up, Spider. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Trust me, Jamie's watch-alongs are great and the commentary is top-notch. Who is this bozo Wayne Tyler? Big up to you, Ravi. Much love to you, my friend. Klopp is a freaking legend. He never will clone, irrespective of today's outcome. We will still qualify for the next stage of Champions League. We will. Rupen, big up to you. It wouldn't surprise me if we won this tonight. It wouldn't surprise me either. It just wouldn't. But it won't change anything exactly. Sam says Adrian's the club mascot. He pretty much is. To be fair to Sam, he pretty much is. Tillemans and Didi and Eze, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. Tillemans. I am shocked no one came in for him. Got to say, with the Tillemans stuff, guys, I am really, really shocked that no one came in for Tillemans. I really am. Would I take Tillemans? I think I would. I think Tillemans is as good as anyone in our midfield, so why not? We just got to upgrade on what we got, guys. That's all we need. We just literally need an upgrade on what we got. And Tillemans is an upgrade on some of the players in our midfield. So, yeah, I'd have Tillemans. NDD, yeah. Eze, definitely. Yeah, Eze, a ball carrier midfielder. Jesus Christ, could you imagine? I don't think that's allowed, though. I don't think we're allowed ball carrier midfielders. So, maybe not that one, but Tillemans, yeah. Do you ever get patronised by top reds because you're not Scouse born? All the time, but just ignore them. No, actually, to be fair, I've got Scousers in my chat and they love me. Big up, man. Big up, Panoff. You know, Aaron. I've got Scousers in my chat and no, they're cool with me. You get some people. I've had people come in on my chat before and call me a wall and all that because, you know, I'm not supporting the club where I'm from. But then I've been supporting. Like the people basically call me that and say things like that to me because I'm not a Scouser supporting Liverpool. We live 180 miles away from where I live. Is like, oh, you should be supporting the club you're born, like where you're born and all that shit, right? But I've been supporting the club for 30 years, longer than they've probably been alive. So. Yeah, fuck them. And at the end of the day, how the fuck do they know I don't actually live in Liverpool? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I've got my Scouse brothers in here. in the live chat, and they love me and I love them. Big up from Berlin. Big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate the love. Yeah, get the likes up, guys. Come on, let's smash them likes. We're on 47 likes. Let's come on. 47 likes. We need to get up to 50 likes right now. Come on, 50 likes. Let's do it. Someone hit that fun button right now. Let's get them likes up, guys. Press that fun button right now, guys. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Push the like button. Cav, if you're in the live chat right now and you're still about, I sent you the, you might be at work. So if you are, I apologise, but I sent you the link in the chat, in your Twitter, sorry, in your DMs. Let me know. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's smash it. We've got 88. We've got 90 people in the house. Come on, let's hit the like button. 2 more for 50, guys. 2 more for 50. 2 more for 50. Come on, guys. 1 more. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Let's keep it rocking and rolling here, guys. Let's get the likes up. Jamie, good news about Diaz. Yeah, apparently he's ahead of schedule, ain't he? So the news is about Diaz. He's ahead of schedule in his injury. So I don't think we'll see him before the World Cup, but at least he'd be ready to go after the World Cup, which is a bonus. Bruvs, everyone's walks in. Bash, you're right, my man. You're right. Okay, Sado. Yeah, I'd have him easy. Raw wasn't bad at 6 out of 10. Big up Ravi with the wrestling point there. Saw that Jude, 150 million news again. Don't even want him now. We can buy Enzo Fernandez and one other in midfield. Yeah, I'm sick of that. I am absolutely sick to the back teeth of the Jude Bellingham stuff. 1,000% he's back in January. My God, we are so pathetic with this situation. Oh, Jesus Christ. Big up Scouse African. How you doing? We shouldn't get rid of Thiago, Oxcate and Joe's Matic, Arthur, Firmino, Fabinho, Gomez, Phillips and Milner. Ensign is a step down this season. I'd play a strong 11 and have a go at getting top spot if it works out. Then if it works out, then make subs. That's what I'm saying. Is Jay Kismet? Jay Kismet, is it? Big up to you, my friend. I agree. Yeah, hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. Let's get them likes up. I'd love to see De Jong, Jude, and Madison for Liverpool. Fucking hell, so would I, Scouts African. So would I, my friend. So that's a great picture, by the way, of you. Is that actually you there? That's a great picture. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Can you imagine a midfield of Jude De Jong? Fuck me. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. The De Jong thing's going to be interesting because Barcelona, as we know, are in the shit. You know, they're in a bit of trouble. They're in Europa League after January. After we come back from the World Cup and Europe starts again, Barcelona will start their European campaign in Europa League. They're going to lose out on Champions League money. They spent a lot of money this summer. It's money they didn't have and spent it. Don't know how that works. They're going to have to get rid of somebody. And their only prize asset, really, apart from Pedri and Gavi, who they're not going to sell, is De Jong. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes. Saturday is now priced at 85 million. This is the problem, guys. Every club in Europe knows Liverpool need midfielders. Everyone's price is going to go up. Lamptey has had injury problems and Trossard is quality player and plays for Belgium. Yeah, Trossard's quality. Yeah, Lamptey has had his injury problems. That's what I'm saying. Trossard is 28 next month. Someone a bit younger person and give Bobby a 1-year extension. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Big up to John Conway in the house as well. South African going 2-2. We're spending big in January. Who to replace Klopp? Fuck knows. Will we spend? I think we will spend in January. I really do. Get through some of your chats. Sir Oswald in the house. Are you, my friend? Curtis Jones would be a perfect fit for Rangers. Oh, yeah, he would, wouldn't he? He'd play every fucking week as well. That would be a play. Actually, That makes sense, man. Curtis Jones at Rangers. I see that happening. He'll play every week as well. Felix can do much better at the Premier League. What, João Felix? João Felix is in prison, man. He ain't. He's cuffed up, man. He's cuffed up. That man ain't going nowhere. Poor sod. He's doing time, guys. He's doing porridge at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? He's doing porridge. That poor sod ain't going nowhere. And Indian Scouser in the house. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Now we've got Cav in the house as well.
Yo, how's it going?
Sound, yeah. Doing good.
I didn't see that, Jim. I didn't see the link. I was just sat here working and I was listening in the background, and then he was like, "I heard you say you sent the link." I was like, "Oh right, yeah, cool. I'll jump on." So here I am. Good. In the chat, by the way, as well.
Oh, I shouldn't drink so much Monster. I get heartburn. But Monster, you know, you can sponsor me if you want Monster. It's all free. Big up Statman in the house as well. Don't forget to tune in to Statman tonight as well. Bonkers in the chat. How you doing, Bonkers? Would Napoli change their team for tonight? I think they might do. I've got a bit of feedback coming from your end, Cav.
Oh, really? Okay.
Have you got YouTube on or anything?
How is it now?
That's a little bit. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's better.
I'll put headphones in. That might help. I think Napoli are going to change because I think they've got a big game themselves this weekend.
They got Atlanta, who are second at the moment, ain't they?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But the thing is, like with Napoli, like even their call it B team is still going to be like a good test for whatever team we put out tonight. So either way, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have to go strong.
Yeah.
I hate the anti-Scouse comments. Yeah, same here, Spider. Same here. It's just stupid, isn't it? Who's a better striker, Jamie? Nicolas Anelka or Fernando Torres? Oh, that's a fucking good question, actually. A young Anelka was different. Yeah. I mean, a young Anelka was quality. He was quality for Arsenal, and he then got his big move to Real Madrid. But Fernando Torres for us. I mean, Anelka played for us on loan, but we should have kept him. For some reason we didn't. But Fernando Torres in that 2 or 3 year spell at Liverpool was cool.
I like it's a good two people to compare. But I think the thing with Torres is like when he was at his best, he was the best striker in the world, like hands down, you know. And like you look at, they've both won, you know. I think they've both won all the major honours, haven't they? Both got stacked out trophy cabinets, but I think Torres winning the World Cup, winning the Euros, you know, and all of them things. I know he's part of an amazing Spain team, but he was unstoppable. So I would choose Torres, but I'm biased, aren't I? So
no, I'd probably go Torres as well. But Nicolas Anelka was. The thing is, Nicolas Anelka, I don't think he actually fulfilled his actual potential. Because he was known as a bit grumpy, weren't he? And a bit lazy and stuff like that. I don't think he actually fulfilled the potential he actually had. But
yeah,
Torres in them 3 years was a better footballer, wasn't he? There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Cav was talking to him on Grizz the other day, saying that.
Yeah, I remember you, Spider. Yeah, Spider's great. Spider, you got your own podcast as well, because you look like you got a good settle there. He's
on Twitter. He does his gaming stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Spider, put your socials in the chat so I can follow you and stuff. Because he spoke some real intelligent stuff. We had a good conversation with him.
Yeah. What I do is Spider. I make you. I don't believe. What the hell? How is Aaron not a mod? Well, let's make Aaron a mod because he's here every day, and he ain't modded. That's bad of me. Spider, I'll make you a mod as well, and then you can put your stuff in the chat.
Yeah, he come on the calling show with Grizz, and he raised some brilliant points. We had a real logical conversation. It was great. So yeah, definitely. Let us know, Spider.
Yeah, get Spider. Let's get Spider moving. Yeah, I can't believe I never modded Aaron. I feel like shit now, but he's modded now. So
I don't even know what a mod means, Jamie. That's how much I'm not in this YouTube game. I know I appear on podcasts and stuff, different shows, but I don't know anything about it. So what does that even mean? What?
Oh, so the moderators, they can take care of the chat.
Right. Okay.
No, they can boot people out, look after the chat and things like that. And then if you're moderated, you can put links in the chat and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. Okay. All
right. Jamie, Salah or Chelsea Hazard, honestly. Even as I read, I think Hazard was a different beast. He was close to Messi when he was at his... Whoa, Don. I mean, look, he was quality. No one was close to Messi, even at their best.
I think the thing is, with like dribbling wise, Messi's here, and then there's a massive gap, and then you start talking. Then when you start comparing all the mere mortals, Hazard is closer to the top of that. So
yeah.
I can understand
the thing with Hazard, though, he had 2 years at Chelsea where he did absolutely nothing.
He had a lot of games where he did ghost. Yeah.
I mean, didn't he go a whole year with only 1 goal? A whole season with 1 goal.
I can't remember, but it wouldn't surprise me. He just always stepped up when he played us, didn't he? That was the thing.
I mean, I would take Salah's Premier League career over Hazard's.
Yeah.
Personally, I think, I would take Salah's Premier League career.
Hazard. I mean, obviously, Hazard was at. Was he at Lille? Did Chelsea sign him?
Yeah. Signing from Lille. Yeah. Joe Cole was on loan with him, weren't he? And he started talking about him and stuff.
And that was the period of time where we were like looking at all Willian, Hazard, and all these type players, and every time we sort of getting excited about them, Chelsea would just come in and swoop them up, and they were the dark years for me as a football fan, because I was so excited about these players, but realistically we would have never got them. Whereas now, I'm thinking Liverpool are at the very top of their game. What the hell are these players that I've always wanted? Do you know what I mean? Where's the new ones? And maybe they're out there, we just don't sign them. I thought when Liverpool get to the stage they're at, maybe not now, but the past few seasons where we're at the very top, I thought, right, this is the point now where Liverpool aren't going to, all our transfers we want, we get. We're not going to be that team that people swoop in and take our targets anymore. And it's not quite happened. So I'll still wait on it.
So yeah, there you go. YouTube, it's Spider LFC, and on Twitch, it's Irish Spider Guy.
Nice.
Check him out. Go and check him out. He's a good man.
I do that now.
Almiron over Hazard. Almiron's having a season. Since Jack Grealish said that shit, Almiron ain't looked back. And who would you rather have at the moment? Almiron or Grealish?
Almiron, yeah.
It's like Grealish talking that shit and got smoked.
Almiron, I mean, this guy was actually trash, and now he's done like a full 180, and he looks like he's week in, week out, he's scoring goals and playing well. So fair play to him.
Yeah, definitely. So Napoli, right? Napoli have been on absolute smoke this season already. Let me just get their results up. Where are we?
They've not lost, have they? I don't think they've lost
this season. Yet. They've not lost.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
So where are we? So they have scored goals. They're fun, man. I think they scored 50 goals so far this season. Yeah, they've drawn, but they've drawn a couple games, but they've won 13 games on the bounce. In all competitions, they won 13 games in a row. Probably, as Aaron says, they're best team in Europe currently.
I think, they've got to be, surely. They've got to be. Like, they're reminiscent of us, of a few years back, where it's just high energy, attacking football, so fluid up the top. You can take players out, drop players in. It doesn't matter. They still get wins. Defensively quite sound, energetic midfield, It's similar to how we used to play. Quite sad, really.
Yes, very, very sad. Very sad.
But they're doing brilliant. They're doing brilliant. Do you think they've got a genuine chance at winning the Champions League?
No.
Because Because it will change, won't it?
Look, the thing with Napoli at the moment, they've caught everyone by surprise in Italy and in Europe with the way they're playing. The way they're playing, though, I just don't think they can carry that on for a whole season. They've got a decent squad. Their squad underneath the first team is decent as well. But I think if you take a few players out, their system starts to fall down a bit. I've said it before. They remind me of Napoli. They remind me of Atalanta a few years ago.
They remind you of Napoli.
Napoli remind me of Napoli.
That wouldn't it?
Napoli remind me of remember Atalanta a few years ago. They were just scoring goals for fun and winning game after game after game, and everyone was like, "Whoa, this Atalanta team got to take seriously,"
I think they're more. I think the Atalanta side conceded more goals though.
Yeah, they were a bit more open, weren't they? But
whereas Napoli seem a bit more defensively sound.
But it's interesting. I just don't know. Look, the Champions League is up for grabs this season. It really is.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I know the Premier League is the first after the World Cup. I think the players have about a week's break and then they come back. Whereas, I know Germany, they have about a month off. I'm not sure about
winter break anyway.
Yeah,
I think they will have their winter break anyway.
Yeah,
so they weren't coming back till January, I think.
Yeah, so come February when these
Boxing Day.
So come February rolls around and you're into these knockout games. They're going to have much fresher teams. We're going to have players that have played in the World Cup, come back, had a week's break, and then straight back into a Premier League season, playing every few days. And then Champions League's going to roll around, and you're playing, your Napolis and your Bayerns and your PSGs that have just had about 2-3 weeks off.
Saying that though, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting what happens to everyone after the World Cup, because I'm hoping this Liverpool team are completely changed after the World Cup. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got all our players back. News of Luis Diaz is ahead of schedule, which is excellent. He probably won't make an appearance before the World Cup, but at least he'll be available after. There's rumours that Jota's out for the whole season. So,
yeah. When he first got injured, the few people that we spoke to were saying it's serious, and they said the new year, but it was always a bit there's more to this.
If he's completely ripped the calf muscle off the bone, then you are looking at the whole season. That's the thing. If that calf muscle has come off the bone, then you got to attach all that shit back, But then they said he doesn't need surgery.
Yeah,
they can't have ripped it off the bone, so then it's just a normal tear. So if that's the case, then it might be January, and it's just rumours that he's out all season. If he was out all season, we've had to have surgery.
That's true, yeah.
If he was going to be out the whole season, we've had to have surgery, because that means the muscle came off the bone. It needs to be reattached. Which, if it's just a tear in his fibres or something like that, then, I think, like Aaron said, 3 to 4 months, which is around January, February time. He'll be back.
I mean, it's an obvious thing to say, but that's a massive loss for us, isn't it, Jota? Because he's just energy, work rate, scores goals. I
think it's the biggest loss.
I don't know. Out of all the forwards, I would probably say Salah's would be the biggest loss. But then after him, probably would have been, I don't know, him or Diaz. The thing is, Diaz is the sort of player that will make things happen out of nothing. That and we've seen it this season, when you really not got much going forward, he's the kind of guy that just grabs the game by the scruff of the neck and just makes stuff happen. Whereas Jota doesn't quite do that, but he gets goals. That's the thing. For all Luis Diaz's brilliance, he's not as prolific as Jota is. No. So, and Jota is, he's shown some real good link-up play when he came back from his first injury, didn't he? And he was playing really well. It didn't really take much time for him to get back up to speed. So Salah, I think if you lost Salah, that would be the big one. And then, it'd be between Diaz and Jota after that. But either way, I mean, it's a massive loss, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I just got sent this by Ant as well. Big up Ant in the chat. There we go. So this is apparently Florian Plettenberg is quite a good journalist to get good info off. He's actually decent at his job. So he's basically saying news is Klopp, his agent Mark. I can't not pronounce that. Makes it clear. I can assure that Jurgen Klopp has no intentions of resigning from Liverpool. Let's just bring in G while we're talking about this. Where am I? The fact that problems could arise this season due to the past intensive season as taken into account by the club's owners before the start of the season. Well, if that was taken into account, why didn't we buy anyone? Jurgen enjoys backing of the people in charge and is in regular contact with them. He loves the club, his team and the fans, and is determined to continue and successfully complete the transition in Liverpool. He didn't extend his contract in 2026 for nothing. Okay. I understand all that, apart from this bit here. The fact that problems could arise this season due to the past intensive season was taken into account by the club's owners before the start of the season. Well, if that's the case, why didn't we buy anyone? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Unless the club is saying, like, whatever happens this season, it doesn't matter because we thought it might be shit because of what happened the previous season. So they're like, it don't really matter. Because I already said to everybody, with the legacy thing coming in next season, it's probably going to be the last year Liverpool are ever out of the Champions League. So the owners are probably like, yeah, whatever.
I still need to. Sorry. First things first. Welcome, Jay. You're right, mate.
Yeah, and I'm good now. You guys continue. I just want to slip straight in. I joined at the right time. Please continue.
I need to. I haven't looked into this, but I will. I need to understand this legacy thing, right? Because I do understand that Liverpool, for all their history in Europe, they'll have like so many credits, and that will get them into the Champions League by default. When not this season, but next season, right?
Yeah.
But how long does that last? Because
Forever.
But is it forever though? Because it's got to be like a points-based system. If Man City go on to win like the Champions League this year and then the Champions League next year, say, Liverpool can't be in it forever because let's say Liverpool finish outside the top four for the next 5 years, right? They can't be in it for the next 5 years. It's got to degrade at some point, hasn't it?
The thing is, though, Liverpool's European heritage goes back to the 70s till now. It's a long period. It's like if Brazil never win a World Cup again, but they go on the legacy thing. Brazil will always go to play the World Cup because, you know, their legacy is higher than anyone else's in international football.
I'd like to understand what the criteria is, though. It's like if
Super League, that's what it is.
Yeah, but like I'm just trying to understand that Liverpool, if they said like for every Champions League that you've won, you get like 10 credits. If you reach for every final you reached, you get 5. For every year you've been in it, you get thingy. Like how did they determine which team
I'll tell you how they determine
deserves the place?
This is how they determine
above others.
This is how they determined it. How much money you got? That's how they determined it. You know, who's the teams that want you to go to the Super League? That's how they determined it.
Yeah. What are Spurs doing in there then?
Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, there's too many unanswered questions here. I don't really like it.
It's because all to Liverpool shitness this season, their faults and all that. Fact remains, in Europe, we're a massive. You know, in the Champions League, for some reason, we just are. It wouldn't surprise me if we'd done well this season. It just wouldn't shock me.
Do you know what would be funny though? You know, like if we have like a season like we've had this season where we've had such a bad start and we end up like we end up like 15 points off the title come Christmas or whatever, you could just be like, I sod the league then. Doesn't mean anything. Does it?
Already.
But what I'm saying, in years ahead, unless you're at the top of the league or you're within a few points, say, or within enough of a gap to think you can still win it. If Man City have started really well and the Newcastle's in years to come and stuff, if they get like 10 points ahead by Christmas, the leagues are pointless for us. I mean, finishing anywhere other than first doesn't mean anything because we'll be in the Champions League anyway. And I know we get money for like league position, and I know we would have to win and be good to continue to get on telly and get the TV deals and stuff. I get all of that, but it does kind of make a bit of not a mockery, but you know, like now, if it was this season,
right, and we knew we was in the Champions League season based on legacy, I'd have my feet up. I'd be like, yeah, cool, let's go for the FA Cup and the other one. Do you know what I mean?
That's what UEFA
I'm not bothered about finishing 10th in Champions League anyway.
UEFA want all the best teams in Europe every single year because they don't want to lose them to the Super League. So what they basically did was made their Super League version. I mean, that Champions League comes into effect next season. It's a league stage, isn't it? It's a big league.
Yeah, is it like you just play a random set of teams?
Yeah. And then the top 8 of them in the league, or the top 10 in the league, go through to the next round of the round of 16. And then the bottom 4 or bottom 6 play playoffs, and whoever wins goes into the next round of 16.
The thing is, I don't mind, like, some of it, I don't actually mind. I like the fact that we could face a Bayern Munich or we could face a Real Madrid. Like, I get it from that aspect of it, because at the end of the day, it's the Champions League. I don't really want to be watching bloody Pleasant versus Barcelona anymore. Like, I feel like that's not a fixture I want to see. So I get why. Yeah, I want to see the best of the best, but we all know it's for money at the end of the day. So the reality of it is, if you're going to do it, I don't like the legacy thing. I do still feel that you should kind of earn being in the Champions League, because then otherwise it discredits the competition, and then there isn't any point in actually really trying to get in it, because if you can get in it based on legacy, what's the point of me trying?
Like the top 5, basically. Yeah. So if you finish 5th, like I know Kev was saying earlier, if you finish 10th or 11th, so basically you've got to just finish outside your top 4.
Yeah.
So if you finish 5th, then basically if Liverpool finish 5th every single season, they'll be in the Champions League every year. But so depending of the top 4, and if Liverpool finish outside it, then Liverpool will be in the Champions League needlessly. So, anyway, so
then there'll be no point anymore.
Yeah.
Should we just get relegated so we can go to new grounds and have new away days?
Maybe that'd be pretty cool.
just go down so we could go play Swindon or whatever it is.
But the Champions League, look, you can also say the Champions League's been watered down for years anyway, with top 4s and stuff like that, ain't it? So
what did it used to be? I remember it being like
title winners. You used to be title winners, didn't it? Yeah. Champions, it used to be the European Cup. So whoever won their league got in the European Cup, and then whoever came second got the UEFA Cup. That's why UEFA Cup used to be so good. All the runners up of all the biggest leagues in the world playing each other. That's just
it's weird.
And winning your domestic cup, and if you won the League Cup, you got the Cup Winners' Cup.
God, I remember the cup. Remember the Intertoto Cup?
The Intertoto, yeah, that West Ham won once. Got me to Europe. It was like the pre-season tournament, wasn't it? They won it.
Oh God, I used to. That's like the funniest thing when I think about it now. Jesus.
And the Fairs Place Trophy.
The Fairs Place. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, if you're a good boy, you got into Europe next season.
Like anything to just get you into Europe, like Jesus. Like it's like they were trying their hardest to just get as many teams as possible, kind of in the competition. But they're trying to make it almost too NBA style. But they got to remember, NBA is a set in stone way of doing it. They only have a certain amount of teams in the country anyway. So and even they try to create new teams and then put them in. It doesn't really it doesn't really work like that. But this is football, man. You kind of need to earn your stripes first before you just jump in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like with American sports, when American sports are all invented, they started as they are now, ain't they? The rules and what they did is you can't really transition into I don't know why we want to transition into American sport anyway. I don't get what's going on.
It's the money. It's the money.
It's a great sport with the football alone, man. It's the easiest sport in the world, and we're just making it so hard.
No, that's true. It's
money.
Money.
It's money. It's all about cash, isn't it? It's all about cash. But American sport's different. They don't buy players in America and then pay their wages. It's a totally different thing. You have don't they all go in? They all meet in a room and you just put your hand up who wants on. I'll have him this week.
What they also forget is, remember, in America, like in basketball, I know we're going way off topic, but say like in basketball, say like college basketball, college American football and stuff like that, it's so big over there that we couldn't even match what they do anyway. Because, for example, the championship isn't really big like it's big-ish, but it's not big. In America, college football and but that is
college ball is fat. College ball is everything over in America.
It's literally everything. So the money, the endorsements, the the broadcasting, all of that is like their stadiums. Some of them are like equivalent to some Premier League stadiums. Like, and you think, well, that's Premier League, but it's just how they do things over there. So we can't try and copy them.
I want to know what rubbish I talk. Jamie does talk some rubbish on Go Be Real. Let me know what have I said.
Levy 84, talk to us, man. Chat to us.
What have I said? Put it in the comments, man. If I've said something wrong, let me know, and I can I don't mind being wrong on something. But let me know, my friend. Let me know what I've been wrong on. I mean, it's thrown me off a little bit. Talk some rubbish. I don't know. Things I don't know, I ask people about. I don't know anything about American sports. G knows a bit more than me, so I ask him about it.
I don't even know much as it is.
All I know about college ball is, I know in America, college ball is just, I know a lot of people actually prefer it because they don't like professional sport over there, because they think it's all too much about the franchising and the money now, ain't it? Where college ball is the more raw form of the sport, ain't it? And I see American football, like, is it the Sooners, Oklahoma Sooners? They're not a professional team, are they? They can't be a professional team. And they've got a grand, and their stadium like 70,000 people, and it's college.
This is what I'm saying.
It's madness. That's madness.
How many clubs in the Premier League like have we don't even have a 70,000 stadium. Do you know what I mean? And we're one of the biggest in world football. So it tells you everything you need to know about American sports. But that's America. Let them do it how they do. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. In football, we don't need to do it that way. We don't.
I would like. I won't be against bringing in salary caps though.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because it would make it a little bit more of a level playing field, and it would mean that you'd actually have to like sign players. The best team would be the one that's done its research on players, got a proper system and a way of playing and this and that. Not just go out, sign a player. Yeah, he's no good, sign another one.
You almost have to go on.
Do you know who might start a salary cap thing if it has to happen? It might be the Spanish and Italian teams.
Yeah.
Because they're just seeing England. Aston Villa can buy a player from Sevilla and give him more wages than he's ever been on in his life. And when you get teams like looking at that and thinking, gee, we can't compete with Villa on a financial sense.
That's crazy.
And that might be the way it goes forward. Because I remember growing up, when I was a kid growing up, Italian football was the football.
Yeah.
You watched it on Channel 4 on Sunday afternoons and Saturday mornings. Beautiful. You saw all the best players in the world playing in Italy. And then, because that's where the money was, then it gradually went into Spain, and now it's in England, and UK are just absolutely. And with the state-owned clubs as well, Real Madrid hate PSG with a passion, and they can't compete with them financially. It's going to happen eventually, or it's just going to be the Super League where all the big teams are just in one competition, and it don't matter what you spend.
But that's what they want. That's effectively what they want to do, is put all the big teams into an NBA style competition, and everyone else just battle it out in your G leagues and all this kind of, all this kind of rubbish. But if you did a salary cap, I almost feel that you'd have to, we'd end up being, I feel, a bit too American, because you would have to have a system like the draft system in order to get a Haaland or an Mbappe. Like, there would have to be a way where certain players are allowed to then get paid maybe just that bit more than your average player and stuff like that. Like, certain players are still going to be like, Mbappe's not going to turn around. Maybe it might not happen in his lifetime, but Mbappe, someone like him or a Messi or Ronaldo, you almost couldn't keep them in line with a salary cap. Like LeBron James, like, he's not going to be in that line. He has to get paid over the line. So then they have to do drafts, and they got to give people their picks, and then it's salary cap. And I feel like it would just start getting.
The other thing as well is like,
I need to. So he's come back and said, "You say Klopp is still the best man for the job when he subs Milner for Trent." No, I didn't say that. I said I didn't understand why I did that, and it made no sense. I said it to Cav yesterday. Here we go. I said it made no sense. And when I said I want Klopp out, my thing of having Klopp out might be different to people's other things, because mine is more of an emotional reason why I want him out. Not that I just don't think he's shit at the job now and stuff like that. He's not being backed. He needs, if he got the players, look, if Klopp had got the players he should have in the summer, and we're still performing like this, then I'll be different tune. But when you got to rely on Milner and Harvey Elliott in your midfield at an age gap of 59 and 19, you know, anyone would struggle. Let's face it. Is he doing a good job at the moment? No. I've questioned him this season. I've said he's not doing a great job and he needs to sort his shit out. And if he sorts his shit out, I'm quite happy. But my thing with Klopp Out was, if the owners are not going to back you and make your job easier, and this continues every season, emotionally, I don't want that for you because I don't want your legacy to be tarnished, then leave. That's what my version of it was.
That is what you said. Yeah.
I wish people stop mixing up what I fucking say all the time. Just watch. But go on, Kev. What are you saying?
What was I saying? I don't know.
I went on.
I don't know. I'm Klopping anyway. I'm Klopping. So the thing with Klopp is though, like, without going over what we spoke about yesterday, is like a lot of people are saying they want Klopp out or a change or whatever. But what you really need to like ask yourself is who do you want to take Liverpool forward in the future? You know, don't concentrate on now, concentrate on the future, you know. And for me, Klopp, for all the mistakes he's making, he's still that man that I would rather have here in the next 3 years,
right,
you know.
Right now, right this time in that. As I was saying, if he's making these mistakes with brand new players, like he's bringing on Milner for I had no idea why that happened. You're chasing a goal. Trent's actually been all right all game, and he's one of our only creative outlets. Taking them off made no sense. You know, I want to see it when Klopp gets the players he apparently wants and that's available for him on the bench. And if he's still going for players over them, if he's still going for Henderson and your Milners over them players, then we've got a discussion. You see what I mean? But at the moment, I'm not sure if he is. But then with Milner, I've said it before. I said it in my rant in the last two videos. We have players like Origi, Shaqiri, Minamino, and players like that Klopp never played, and still picked Henderson and Milner over. So there might be some questions there, but like I'm confused in the whole fucking subject. But
for me, it would just be things like that. If he gets the players that he wants, then have the. This is why I try to be really humble when it comes to Klopp. It's like I would, I kind of want to see that, but then I'm also like, that part doesn't even bug me so much. It's more, I think I was saying this to someone yesterday. It's like you bought Thiago, you bought Fabio Carvalho, you bought Darwin Núñez. None of those three, as great as Thiago has been, none of those three fit into what Klopp is doing at Liverpool. As great as Thiago's been, and we can all sit here and agree, Thiago's been one of our best midfielders in terms of thing, but he's not a Liverpool player. That isn't the type of signing that Liverpool would make. Carvalho isn't a Liverpool player. As great as I actually think he is, and where I think he can go, he even said it in an interview himself, his positioning. He even said that Liverpool don't actually play with a number 10 here. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, we don't play with a 10, but I am a 10. But so guess what? I'll play on the left because it will work.
I said Klopp weren't a Carvalho signing.
But do you know what I mean? And it's little things like that's what I look at. That's why I'm worried if he was to get a Jude Bellingham or a Barella, like these are the top ones, but whoever, if he gets in those kind of players, I'm looking at Bellingham, I'm thinking, I mean, I don't want to see you do a Hendo role. That's not the role I want you. I want to see what you do at Dortmund exactly replicated here for a better team.
Klopp needs to change his philosophy and way of thinking.
There we go back to that. And this is why I'm like, that's why I keep asking everybody over the last couple of days, do you trust Klopp with the money anyway? Because he can go out and sign Lionel Messi, but if Lionel Messi is doing a Gini Wijnaldum role, it's not going to make, it's not going to make much of a difference then, because you're not even getting the Lionel Messi that you wanted. You're getting Gini Wijnaldum, different version 2.0, 3.5. Like that's where I
remember Wijnaldum weren't the Wijnaldum that he really is when he played for Liverpool.
Exactly. We saw what Wijnaldum we saw, and maybe these are the early signs. Maybe we just didn't really want to see it. We saw in that Barcelona game the real Wijnaldum, and we saw the effect of the real Wijnaldum. And then we saw him play for Netherlands. That was the real Wijnaldum. But then when he played for Liverpool, Liverpool. Not to say he can't do the role, not to say he can't do that. And this is it. Because they can do it, jack of all trades, master of none. Because they can do it, it kind of gets masked a little bit. The team does well. We win competitions and stuff, and it kind of just gets kind of put into the box, and no one's really paying attention to it. But these are the things I look at, and this is why I kind of try to encourage people that maybe don't look at so much like what he's doing on the surface. You kind of need to look at it from behind that, and you kind of need to just look at it and think, okay, yeah, these guys are doing okay, and blah 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 blah. But do we have one centre back in the squad who can do Van Dijk's role? Because if not, Klopp needs to maybe change the way that we then build from the back. But has Klopp ever done that before? Maybe not. Not since Van Dijk's turned up at the club, because he's played more or less every single game, it feels like, since he's been here. I don't know any other player in our team who can play centre back like Van Dijk. And what I mean by that is in terms of how he plays, in terms of passing the ball out from the back and playing that cross-field ball. None of the other centre-backs can do it. I don't trust Gomez. Konate, I don't think he can kick that far. Matip maybe can dribble and all. Like, there's too many other things in other areas. I'm just worried that Klopp won't be able to fix. That's my issue with it.
Yeah. It's a great point, because, I think because, like, even if we sign like midfielders in January in the summer, you're right, it doesn't solve an issue that we might potentially have in defense. We might have, even in the forward line, if Diaz and Nunes and stuff, they don't really work together. We could be sat here with a really good defense, sign some real great midfielders, but then you're trying to squeeze, these forwards that are all so different, and maybe that doesn't work, So
square pegs round hole.
Yeah, I think there's certainly a rebuild to be done. But if you're gonna have any manager to do that build, I would rather it be Klopp than the other names that would be options for us. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Klopp thing. If someone wants Klopp out, I respect their opinion. I'm not going to argue with them.
If Pep Guardiola turned around tomorrow and said he wants to come to Liverpool, is anybody going to say no?
Yeah,
you'd say no.
Because we ain't going to give him the money for him.
No. But okay, let's just say we give him the money that he's asking for.
Then
yeah, because like
I think he'd be the only one at the moment. Probably would be Pep. That's
what I was trying to see what is your line.
Yeah, I think with Pep though, Pep's desperate to manage Liverpool. I'm telling you.
I think so as well. I actually
wants to manage. That's the whole. I think that's whole Pep's frustration with Liverpool is that Man City are not Liverpool. He would love. Could you imagine Pep with Liverpool's atmosphere, the fans, the city, the support around the world? That's what he wants. Mourinho's always wanted to manage Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, I think that as well.
Because of that lust for Liverpool. That just tells you everything about the club. We are up as European royalty, as the club we are up here with the big boys. There's no doubt about that. Any manager in the world would want to manage this club. And I still think any player in the world would want to play for this club. But the problem with football nowadays, it's all about the green, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't think Pep could have done like the build and the job that Klopp did, taking us from where we were to where we are now. Don't think Pep. No, not without financial backing. I think we'd have played good football and what have you, but I don't think he quite. Klopp's almost worked miracles to do.
Yeah, I don't think Pep would have won the Premier League with a midfielder Fabinho, Milner, Henderson, and Wijnaldum.
But I think he'd have left. He'd have left. He just wouldn't have accepted it.
I think, and I agree actually, both, to be fair, I agree with what you both say. But then I also look at it from the other side, and I also think to myself, I feel that he would have won a Premier League regardless anyway, because of his style of play. With those players, if we had the exact same players, I just think we would have played way better football and probably have won more Premier Leagues, if I'm being honest, with the same players. I can't see how he would have had...
With the team...
That we won the Premier
League with an after, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, with the team that we had, no, with that, no way. That was all Klopp, like kind of thing. But I mean, Klopp didn't win a Premier League with those players at the end of the day, so
no,
Klopp couldn't do it. I don't see Pep being able to do it. So I feel that maybe it's a case of we would actually probably be in an even better position, and I actually think the board would trust him more with some of the signings that he does make, just purely because most of them usually turn out to be pretty decent signings. I mean, he's had a couple like Sane, Ferran Torres, Jesus, I think he bought, maybe.
Yeah,
other than that, there's
not
not.
Jesus to replace Aguero, didn't it?
That's it. Yeah,
the thing is, like, even them players you've mentioned, maybe not Ferran Torres, but like Jesus and Sane, I would consider them successes for Man City.
Well, they won league titles, didn't they?
I would consider them success, but in terms of how they ended things, they just didn't. I just felt like they just didn't fit his system.
I think Sane's the one, ain't it? That is. I mean, Sane and him fell out massively, didn't they?
Yeah,
they don't like each other. I don't know what, but these guys, it's weird. Oh no, I love. Look, I'm not going to sit here as a Liverpool fan and not say Pep's quality. Pep's probably the best coach in the world. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to sit and say he ain't. But
Klopp's up there too. That's the thing.
Klopp's up there too. Him and Klopp. I still think them two are the best in the league. I know we're not playing well at the moment and we're doing shit and everything. I still think Pep and Klopp are still the top two.
Probably, yeah.
And it just, Klopp, we're just going through a shit time, but I'll give Klopp the benefit of that anyway. Milner on this contract. I've got this up here. So on Milner's contract, apparently he's not thinking about it at the moment. The most important thing is now to help the team get back to their level consistently, and I'm trying my best to do what I can to help to influence that. Whatever the role manager wants me to do, I will do it. Sounds like a man who's going to sign a new contract.
Look, can you just tell him to coach, please? Like, you can be. Just tell him, look, I said this the other day. Bobby's out of contract. Ox is out of contract. Milner's out of contract. Kate is out of contract. Do you think this club is letting all four go for nothing? No. Nope,
That's what I've been saying. That's
what
I've been saying. I think we keep Ox over Cater.
No, I think he's going to be the other way around.
Because we need the English quota, though, don't we?
Yeah.
You need homegrown quota, don't you?
I personally think they all go.
Oh, no. I want all of them to go.
If they all go, we need a Bobby replacement because he's been playing. And Bobby's one of our best forwards at the moment. So we need a Bobby replacement, who, in my opinion, could be Trossard.
I wouldn't mind.
I think that's a very quiet, as close as you're going to get for like to like, in my opinion. For the way we want to play. I think Trossard suits the way we actually want to play with attackers.
Yeah.
I think he suits the Liverpool way.
He doesn't play as a false nine though for Brighton. Plays off the left.
He can do, but
I think he can.
Yeah, he can do, but he's got the way.
I don't know. They're different roles.
Yeah.
Dropping in deep and linking play as a false nine is different to playing out on the left.
When he scored his hat trick against us.
No.
He played through the middle. I think he played through the middle.
I don't know. So the thing is with Trossard, like, it's difficult because like he's had a really good season so far, but like, and he's had moments in previous seasons, but I like him. I think he's a brilliant player. Actually, when we did the preview to the Brighton game, I said he's the one that's going to be the problem. But I don't want to be getting carried away with him just because this start to this season. And to be honest, the only reason we're speaking about him is because he's out of contract in the summer. So, like, I'm not sure. Is that... I like him and he probably could be great, but I don't think there's enough evidence there to say that he should be at one of the best clubs in Europe.
In your eyes, then who would you sign? If you forget FSG and how we do things, if you were to, like, find a player, who would you like to sign?
In which position?
Well, that forward area.
Front. Forward
In
area.
the forward line.
Realistic, obviously.
It's hard to say because, like, it depends. It depends really what our system's going to be. Because if we're going to play with Nunes as an out-and-out nine, then for me, I think you need to get more traditional wingers. You know, I would be looking if you assume Diaz and Jota are your left-sided attackers, and you've got Nunes, no Firmino, so you probably need four. But I don't know. I look at that.
We need a right winger as well.
It depends what Salah's going to do. Does he continue as a right inside forward, or does he play more centrally? I don't know. It's really hard to say because I'd pick a player, and then you don't know what the system's going to be. Like if we knew right now that next season it's going to be a 4-2-3-1, and Nunes is your number 9, and Salah's definitely on the right, then I'm like, yeah, okay, I'd maybe go for a 10 then. I'd be looking at someone like Maddison. But if we're playing if it's 4-3-3 and Nunes is playing up front, Salah's on the right, Diaz is on the left, and you've got Jota there as well, I'd be getting a more out and out right winger. So it's really hard to say. But there's I think we will get an attacker in the summer. Obviously, we need midfielders. I think we will get an attacker in the summer because I do think Bobby will leave. But I think it'll be someone you've probably not thought of yet. I think someone in the World Cup.
Cav, that worries me.
That worries me, but also, you know what?
Because I said this in the summer. Sorry to cut you. I said this in the summer.
Timo Werner.
No,
honestly, I would.
I said in the summer, midfield wise, I said I guarantee it towards the end of the summer there'll be a name that we go for, and nobody would have thought of it, and then Lema come up, and I was like, that's the guy. It just seems to be the way. It's just I know because
Conrad Lema's joining Liverpool in January. Let's just put that out there now. It's happening. I know, like someone told me earlier, he's injury prone. I don't know about his injury thing. Every time I've watched him play, I look at him and think he fits in our system really well.
So does John McGinn.
And he would walk into our midfield at the moment. And we tried to get him at the end of the transfer window. It's been public thing now that we tried to actually go and get him, but they said it was too late. I think and he's only 25 million. It's an FSG signing. It makes perfect sense. That is the player we're bringing in January.
Maybe. The thing is, the thing with that is, I wouldn't mind you signing someone like a Lima because he's not shit, but he's just maybe not the name that I'm thinking of. But then you would have to go out and sign 2 Bellingham level players in the summer then, because you couldn't go out and then sign 3 players of the same level of a Lima. Like that then wouldn't even make sense because that's basically just 3 of the same level that we've kind of already got. We're supposed to try and go a bit more above kind of thing. So that's why it worries me with that name is, are you just going to sign like more of these kind of players? Like we need someone with a bit more quality. Do you get what I mean? Just a bit more quality.
What have I said, Lo? Like with what we want, I think the Klopp wants a younger version of Hendo, a younger version of Thiago, and a younger version of Fabinho.
Oh, Jamie.
But the thing is that's
what he wants. You know it as well.
The thing is, we're all talking about new formations, new systems, and that. But the truth of the matter is, if Klopp did get a genie of old, right, and he got a Henderson of old, and Liverpool could play with that workhorse midfield, like I think we're in agreement that 4-3-3 gem pressing system, although it's predictable, actually when it's executed right, it's unstoppable. So So it would be an easy thing for him to do, to go, you know what, instead of completely changing the system and maybe having to sign more players than I need, I'll tell you what, I'll just replace the guys in midfield and go back to that, because he'll have the same defense. He'll almost have the same forwards. You'll just have Diaz instead of Mane. You'll have Nunes instead of Firmino. So that is a little bit different again. But I mean, Nunes is a pressing forward. His link up's not quite as good, but he will press. Maybe he does just revert back to type and he just goes out and gets workhorse midfielders. I won't be totally against it, to be honest.
No, you're not going to be against it because you saw the success that it kind of led to. The problem is it's not a sustainable tactic. It's not a tactic that you can sit here and say
we're burnt out from it now, ain't we?
So. Yeah, exactly. And we're not even, but remember, we still got the same players. It's not like we're dealing with a completely new team. We've literally got the exact same players, bar no Gini, no what's his name? Mane. But we just replaced those 2 for a Thiago and for an Diaz. And obviously now we've got Nunes who replaces Firmino. So the 3 players. We're not even changing the team, and you can see the team. And if I'm being honest, it's not like these guys done it for like so long where I'm like, oh yeah, you've been doing this for about 8-9 years now. So it was probably since the 18-19 season till about now that these guys have kind of all been playing this way. Same tactic, same style, same message, same everything, blah, blah, blah. It's not really sustainable and it doesn't work in every game. So for me, I'm just looking at it thinking, how about you try and get a tactic? Yes, you can use the 4-3-3, 100%. There's going to be games when we're going to need it against like a Man City. Like we saw that against City, how we played and we were pressing intense and stuff like that. But then we saw the drop-offs against your Nottingham, against your Leeds, because we can't it's not sustainable enough to continue doing it. And teams have now cottoned on to that way of playing anyway, that it will only take maybe a season, and after a while people are then gonna, it just won't be a thing anymore. So yes, use it, but I'm just thinking maybe you then start thinking of a different way to play. So even if you do the 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, even though it's basically the same thing, but if you are going to do that, I like that, because 2 strikers up top, that's different for them. They're not used to it. They're so used to Liverpool playing 4-3-3 with the wingers inside forwards with the 1 striker who drops deep and stuff like that. We have no one to really mark, and they've got runners. How about we actually have 2 strikers up top maybe, and we can, play it that way? And maybe you got the big man in Nunes with the small whoever that might be, almost the Peter Crouch, Jermaine Defoe kind of effect, where he's the knockdowner but he's the finisher. And I don't know, it's just about just being able to be a bit more adaptable. That's my issue with Liverpool, is they're not adaptable. That's true. Problem.
And in fairness to, like, if we went back to the 4-3-3, we probably couldn't now, because Bobby was so unique as that 9. You're not going to get another one of him, and he was the system really when we played, when we were at our peak. And then you've also got, next season you're going to have Thiago, Elliott, Carvalho, Fabinho in the midfield, and none of them would play like that midfield 3 that we'd seen before. I mean, Thiago's great, but he's not the same player that Wijnaldum is. And Elliott's good, but he's not the same player that Henderson was in that system. Carvalho, we don't even know where he would play. So we've not even got the midfield. I know we probably go out and sign midfielders, but we've already signed too many players that are different from that system to go and revert back to it. So we do have to go with something, though, I think.
Agreed.
With Thiago's got 1 year left next season.
Is it?
Yeah, he's got 1 year left in his contract next season. What do we do? Do you keep Thiago?
Just sell him or just keep him to the end of his deal? I wouldn't renew it.
Would you renew it or keep it? I've always been with this with Thiago, right? I've always seen this with Thiago. It's I know his injury issues, yeah. And for me, if we had a good enough midfield right now, I wouldn't mind Thiago only playing 25 games a season.
Yeah.
He's the special player that comes in for the special games, yeah? And you don't have to play him every week. Because at the moment, we have to play him every week because we've got nothing else. So he has to play every week. So he's got to pick up more injuries. The less he plays, and you're just saving him for the big events, the special occasions, the big matches, I'd be happy to give him a new contract and just keep him here till the end of his career. I really would, and play him like that because he's that special. He is that special. But if we're not going to buy the right players in midfield around him, then you still going to have to play him every week. Then giving him a contract don't make sense, because then once he's come out of the team, we've got no depth to go in. So if we've got the depth and the quality in midfield, if you go out and buy a Barella or a Bellingham or someone of that caliber, then give Thiago a new deal, because then Thiago don't play every week. And you leave him for the special occasions. He plays 25 games a season. That's perfect. I'm happy with a 25 game season, Thiago.
We have to. The trouble is, the easiest answer is you keep him, and you do play him in the most amount of games that you can possible. But for me, I would actually just consider him like a luxury player. I would almost consider him not at Liverpool and go sign your midfielders and get the midfielders for the system you want to play. And then Thiago's just that luxury player you chuck in. Don't plan for life with Thiago, because he's not going to have many years ahead of him yet. And if you do plan for life with Thiago and he becomes integral to the system, there's not really many players out there that you can replace him with. So the minute he does go, you're then screwed again. So I would just like to see a team that doesn't need a Thiago, but if he's available and you can drop him in, then great. But there needs to be a succession planning for life without him, because it's not going to be too long away.
I'm just watching Remy and G's back and forth there.
I'm just getting arrested, man. I don't understand.
Remy's my man. I love Remy. Remy, what I will say about Remy's been in my chat for a long time now. Big up to Remy as well. I love the guy. He's been on the call-in show before as well. He's got strong points, and I love his points. And big up to you, Remy. Big up to you. Don't change.
I like someone with, and I like going and having battles with people. What I don't like, and I think other people do it as well, what I don't like is for example, I might disagree with something that Cav said or what Jamie said, but I could never like almost, what's the word I'm looking for?
You'd never say their argument's not valid. It's just you don't agree.
Yes, yeah. I just don't agree. So whatever you just said what you just said a minute ago, I might not agree, but when I'm listening to it, I'm like, you know what, actually, I can see why he would actually say that, if that makes sense. And I just feel that, but whatever.
Yeah, man. All good.
Shamrock, big up to you. Who's our coach? Why are we pretending Jurgen Klopp would do that?
yeah.
Big up, Shamrock. Big up, our friend. Thank you very much. And you're right as well. Right, let's pick this team. Right, I don't know if you heard it earlier, G. I said we're going full strength pretty much. I think there might be two or three different changes, but I think it'll be quite a strong team that plays tonight. And the reason is £3 million a win in the Champions League.
Need really become accountants with Liverpool fans.
Need I say more? Also, I just think we need find some consistency from somewhere. And if we could beat a Napoli team tonight that's not been beaten this season, and also I don't want to rest some of the players and give them a day off like they're being rewarded because they've been shit at the same time. They need to go out there, because I had my video yesterday, me and Cav did a video yesterday where some of these players need to be accountable for, because we're having to go at the owners, we're having to go at Jurgen, but we got these players need to fucking shape up and man up, if you ask me.
But you're not worried about injury, like tiredness?
Mate, we could rest Thiago and he gets injured against Tottenham anyway. It really don't. I mean, I'm looking at it now thinking, if we rest Thiago, I mean, why? I mean, I just don't know. And I look at Tottenham. Tottenham are going to have to play. The thing of it, Tottenham are going to play full strength tonight because they have to get a result. Yeah. So Spurs are going to play full strength. Now, we could look at that and go, right, we're already through. What does it matter? Let's play a mixed team. But at the end of the day, I don't want our B team to get absolutely smashed at Anfield and be humiliated. So I want to look after some of the youngsters. I don't want the youngsters to come into this team and be absolutely humiliated. And then that's bad. I feel bad for them then. Do you know what I mean? I think we need to look after them. Virgil needs to go out there and put his fucking rights wrong.
He's actually one I would love to not see play. Not because of his form. It's just more, guys, since he came back from injury, I think I can count on one hand how many games he's missed.
But do you trust Nate and Gomez together?
Jamie, it's not about who I trust. It's just about trying to get ready, for this, to be honest.
Right, what system we go play? We going 4-4-2, do you think?
I don't know if he will play all four attackers, to be honest. I don't know why he would risk all four for a game that's not really got anything on the line. I think with Curtis Jones coming back, Fabinho, Keita not far off, Chamberlain not far off, we suddenly, and it won't last long, don't get me wrong, but we suddenly got some options in the midfield. So I don't think he would want to put out four attackers and risk losing one of them.
I think we go 4-3-3 tonight. I really do. Let's start with the goal kick, because I know Drew's got to go in 10. So, does Kelleher come in or does Allison play?
Allison
plays, yeah. Yes, I mean, when's the last time Kelleher played? It's been quite a while, hasn't it? It'd be a bit of a...
Got to play sometime. I mean, he's got...
Derby.
Yeah. He's got Derby, yeah.
I feel bad for Kelleher because he's a decent number 2, but unfortunately for Kelleher, he's got the best goalkeeper in the world in his way.
He'll go in the summer as well. So then I guarantee we'll have to sign a keeper and all. But
you know what? You might be right. You might be right. You might want first.
He will. There's only so long we're going to keep hold of him because he's too good to be a number 2. To be honest, right. Like he could go to a I don't know, like a Southampton or something like that. To be honest,
I love it. Only Allison picked so far. Team chemistry is almost 1 star on its own. That's how good Allison is.
Bloody
right. Fullbacks.
Simi for me at left back.
Yep.
Oh, now I've got to spell his name.
TSI.
There we go.
Because why not? You know what I mean?
Right, who's playing right back?
I'd prefer to see Calvin Ramsey, but I don't know what everyone else.
He played last night, didn't he, Ramsey?
Oh, was it last night? I thought that was an older video.
I need to have a look at this actually.
He scored again last night, didn't he? And he actually looks. Do you know what? He looks a player. You know, Calvin Ramsey looks a player. I think he'd be in the squad, but I don't think he's going to start a game when he played last night.
I think. Nah, it was West Ham, weren't it? It was Saturday. Played on Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
So he might play then.
Wednesday. He scored. I don't think he will because.
Yeah, I prefer him to play.
I would like him to as well, but I think he's likely. I think he's going to start the Derby game, and if we're going to see him before that, it won't be a start. It'll be off the bench, I think.
So this could be the perfect game for Ramsey to play in, though, couldn't it? I mean, why not?
It's harsh, though, isn't it? Like, playing against the most informed team in Europe at home that we could quite easily lose.
Baptism of fire, mate. Baptism of fire.
Yeah, Trent had it though. I guess to be fair,
exactly. And look where Trent is.
This is what's going to happen. Let's just face it. Right, that's there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Centre backs.
Right. Get Ibu in first of all.
Yeah.
I think Konate plays tonight.
Yeah.
Are we just kidding ourselves thinking that Virgil won't play?
Virgil's playing.
Yeah, I mean it's or does Big Nat come in?
Is he registered?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Nat Phillips deserves to play, in my opinion. He got us into the Champions League like a couple of years back. Like it's a dead rubber game. Why not? Why not play him?
It is a dead rubber game, but I'm telling you, I don't think Nat Phillips is going to play, man. Look, Gomez has been utter shite, and he still can't play. I just don't.
This is the thing, though. Like, this is where I just don't think we're that smart. It's like I know it's at Anfield. We obviously don't want to lose. It's a dead rubber game. Like,
it's not dead rubber. It's not a dead rubber. We win.
Jay, we're not winning by 4 goals.
We win 4-0. We top the group. We win.
Okay, you know what? There is. You know what? He's right. Everything you said there, Jamie. Technically, yes.
I know.
The reality of actually Liverpool winning 4-0 against probably the most informed team in Europe, I don't see. But
it's such a Liverpool thing to do, by the way.
Napoli have got a game against Atalanta, I believe, at the weekend. Yes, and they're going to rest players today, from what I've been hearing. So,
and Anguissa is injured, ain't he?
Oh, is he injured?
Yeah.
I think we're going to see.
This is what I'm saying. And it ain't. Look, this is so Liverpool to win 4-0 tonight. By the way,
it'll probably piss me off more if we win 4-0.
It will.
The thing is, though, Jamie, like I'm quite all right with finishing second and getting a strong team because Liverpool play better when they're.
We do. You know, and the thing is, though, in February we could be a completely different side.
Yeah,
there's that too.
We're just looking at it right now, where we're like.
And what big team would you not want to face anyway? Like, let's be honest, the Champions League this season, bar Bayern Munich, PSG. I'm not looking at anybody else and thinking, oh my goodness, I don't want to play these guys. It's really just Bayern and Bayern are don't even really convince me this season anyway.
Don't buy
PSG would be the only one.
Don't buy a lot of draws.
Yeah, defensively they're not the strongest. You know, Upamecano has a right nightmare. Same with Delete, mistaken him. Yeah,
I'll tell you what, we did the right thing buying Konate over him.
Yeah.
I mean.
We did, but Konate it seems to be a bit injury. I'm not liking these injuries that he's starting.
To be fair to Konate, he was fit the first season all the way through, and then his injury was because for some reason Klopp played him after the Charity Shield game in that friendly, and he got a knee injury. Got knee-on-knee contact, weren't it?
Yeah.
And apart from that, that's the only reason, you know.
We remember he was injured before he even joined Liverpool. He had that massive injury.
Yeah, he tore his muscle fibers, didn't he?
That's it.
And then he was fit for a whole season after that, and everyone was worried that he wouldn't be fit. So the thing with Konate, he's massive, and he shouldn't be as quick as he is. He's lightning quick, and he's that big. We're gonna have to be careful of him because he's going to get muscle injuries. because of that. Now, when you're like almost 16 stone and you can move that quickly, yeah, you're going to get muscle injuries. So we've got to be careful with that. Right, the three in midfield.
Badger-tipped.
Yeah, I think he plays as well. I think he plays because I'd rather play my mum over Fabinho at the moment.
Is anything? I mean, I watched Klopp.
Let's see if he's here. How do you spell his name?
J E
E
C E C.
He ain't even on here.
He ain't even on there.
I want a load of shit.
How are we gonna do this?
Is it?
No, it's
you know, put it's in there, and we can call him Baditich just for the time being.
J. It's BAJ.
BAJ.
CE.
C. Yeah, it's not there.
Right, let's leave it blank. Let's leave it blank for now. We know it's
leave it blank. That's Bagatich, by the way, guys. So if he's going to play in the number 6, you're going to have to play experienced Randy, mate. What the fuck happened there? Right.
Oh, it's all gone to pot.
Right. What the fuck happened there?
God, right. G, so you tell it.
If Bagatich is playing, who are playing not alongside him?
Go on, G, you tell us. What's your midfield three?
Baditich, Thiago, Elliot.
Ooh, going with Elliot. I think Klopp said today Elliot's played too much football.
Only because you had Milner at right back, so kind of I would have probably put him in there. I'm not playing Fabinho, so I'm trying to think of someone else.
Oh, Fabinho's got a Premier inbuilder pay, ain't he? So yeah.
I would go. my midfield three would be Curtis on the left, Bacic in the 6, and Henderson on the right. Curtis will play. Curtis will play, I'm sure.
I'll probably go with that actually.
What's going to happen? It's going to be Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson.
Honestly, if it is, we cannot complain about frigging tiredness and injuries.
That's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. But no, I've got a feeling Stefan Bakitic might play because Fabinho, look, with all the rumours going around him at the moment, they are only rumours. We don't know the truth. If he has left his wife and he's stuck up in a hotel and he's not going home, the man shouldn't be playing anyway.
Mentally, he's not really there.
No, he should be playing anyway. So, yeah, I'd probably play Bagatich, Henderson, and Thiago over the side of him because I think Klopp said Elliot's played too much football, so he probably won't play. So that'd probably be the midfield. G, I know you got to run. Thanks for coming on, my man. I appreciate it.
Always love, Cav, Jamie. Thank you for having me, and
my man.
On the other side, man.
Yeah, we'll see you again, mate. Take care.
Enjoy it. Yeah, I just feel like if Bagatich is going to play, and I think he might do, he's going to want experience around him, ain't he?
Yes, he will.
He's going to want to protect him, and then it's going to be Henderson, and unless he plays Milner and Thiago with him, and Trent plays at right back or Gomez plays at right back. Demo Ox can't play in the Champions League, can he? Because of he's not registered.
Yeah, I mean, I do see your reasoning. I just think he won't. I don't think Thiago will start. To be honest, I think he's the one player for me that's a bit stupid too. Because we'll come on to the forward line, but like we're jumping the gun a little bit. If you play Virgil and you play Salah, you'd think, oh Jesus, no, not those two. They're really big, important players for us. But actually, they're guys that are constantly fit. Like them machines, really. Salah especially, you know, they can play 3 games in a week and they're perfectly fine. They don't really fatigue, you know, they're machines in terms of their fitness. Whereas Thiago's not. And like he's the next guy that's like so pivotal to this team. But he can't do he can do 3 games in a week, but he struggles and he breaks down and he gets injured. So I think you've got to have him on the bench, but I don't think you start him. And then, you know, Fabinho shouldn't start because of form as well. And then you look at what you've got remaining, and you've got Henderson, Curtis Jones, maybe Carvalho on the left side as an 8. But I don't think you'd play Carvalho alongside Bacic. I think that'd be too inexperienced. Unless you put Milner in the midfield and you have Trent at right back. But again, I don't see why you need to play Trent in this game.
So at the moment, Porto, I'll take Porto. I'll take Bayern as well, to be fair. I'd even take Real Madrid in the knockout stages. Real Madrid only really come good from the semi-final onwards. Take them early. I'm thinking right now about Bagotic, and I don't know if he does start now.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen this narrative around a bit on social media today. I don't know where it's come from. Like, he's obviously been on the bench and he played some minutes, didn't he? Recently.
Oh,
but
my wife has just tweeted me and said she's got the lineup.
Your wife?
Yeah. Actually, got she's sleeping with Jurgen. Shane told me.
Sleeping with Fabinho.
She's squirreled away with Jurgen. Hang on. Wait for that to come up. He ain't coming up.
Oh, Pac-Man kills me, man.
I love Pac-Man. Hang on, let me just quickly look on Twitter, because that's where she probably would have been looking. It's probably a rumoured lineup, because it won't be.
No, it won't be out yet. It won't be out yet. And
it's an hour and a half before kick-off in Europe, ain't it? So it could be. Hang on. It's probably going to be a rumoured lineup that someone's heard and put out, but
I don't know. It would be in. I think it would be in our chats, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Don't know where she's getting her information. I'm going to have to ask her.
No, let's continue with our team.
I'm going to have to find out where she's getting her information, I think.
Get your teams in the chat as well, guys, by the way. Let us know what you would play.
Yeah, of course. But so, yeah, I think Hendo might play in the 6. And I know Thiago, but Thiago's only played one game in the last few weeks, so you might want to play him again.
Okay.
So you might go Thiago, Hendo, and Milner in midfield, and Trent at right back.
Yeah, he could. I don't like the idea of that, but he could.
That could be how he goes. And then look to bring the young players on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 5 subs. He could change it. He won't change it any earlier than the sort of 60th minute, I don't think. But he could well do that, yeah. And I suppose he might want to do that where, just keep it tight, stay in the game, see what happens for an hour and then bring on the young lads and then whatever happens kind of thing, as opposed to starting them, getting a bit of a beating early on and then having to pull your experienced players on just to stop the tide. But then, you're asking them to put in a intense shift.
I literally have no idea what happened, but it's restored. It's back.
Okay.
So that's what we've got so far.
Yeah. Forward line then.
Forwards.
I know mine.
Go on. What's your three?
I think Salah plays. Experience, obvious goal threat, and the fact that he is just never injured, always plays fit. He's always fit. I think Nunes plays. Because Firmino probably needs a bit of a rest, and it's a European competition. There might be chances for him. He's used to playing in the Champions League. He can continue to build his confidence. The more he plays with this team, the better as well. So he can sort of get to know the players around him and work his way into linking up with them better and stuff like that. And then left, I think Carvalho, because there really isn't anybody else. You could maybe put Curtis out there, but I don't see why you would. I think just play Carvalho.
So something like that.
Not enough changes in that team for me, though, to be honest.
There's not enough changes in that team, but I think it is going to be strong. I'm not sure. I mean, we'll wait for some team news. I'm waiting to see what my wife put. She's like, I'm so intrigued.
How your wife has suddenly become an ITK.
She's like, she's getting information. She's like, what do you think of the lineup? I'm like, what fucking lineup? I don't think she's
Yeah, Aaron, I think Spurs do go through tonight. Like, I don't think Marseille are all that. Like, everybody, it's being really bigged up. And don't get me wrong, they've got to get a draw at least, haven't they? But I don't think Marseille is a particularly great side. I think Spurs should be winning that, even as bad as they've played. I know they're still third in the league. Getting getting results one way or another, not playing particularly well. I think they'll be okay, to be honest. But
yeah,
crazy things have happened. You know, it wouldn't be crazy if they did get knocked out. That's just Champions League for you.
Your wife texting you the lineup is top drawer. This is oh man. That's if we play 4-3-3. It could be saying like that. I just got a feeling we're going to play 4-3-3 tonight.
The thing is, if we go with 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, what have you, and you play an extra forward, then it's probably going to be Firmino. And then I just think the guy just needs a little bit of a rest. And why risk literally all your forward options? Because if one of them gets injured, we're a bit screwed. So I don't know why take the risk. Just you've got 4 available to you. Just play 3 and rest 1.
Yeah.
I still think Curtis plays, though. I do think Curtis plays today. I don't.
And also, I'm looking at it. We don't play till Sunday. It's only Tuesday. It's a long enough gap that Klopp could. Yeah.
Just to go to the washing line.
I've got a washing line. Have you seen the weather? Have you seen the weather?
Yeah, I think Curtis plays instead of Thiago, but
it'd be interesting. This is a very interesting, hard lineup to pick, actually, because we don't play till Sunday, so there's a long enough gap from to play a strong team.
Yeah.
I know there's a possibility of winning this game for Zip and qualifying as group leaders. That will be in Klopp's mind. That will be in Klopp's mind.
Well, I think
he will be thinking of that. And we have had how many dead rubbers we played, and we still pick a big team.
Yeah, I think the thing at the forefront of Klopp's mind will be that he'll want to win for confidence. And if you beat the most informed side in Europe, I know we are at home, it would do this. It would do the squad good in that sense, you know, to beat them and build a bit of confidence. But like the thing that's annoying for me, and Klopp won't think like this. It's just I think like this as a fan, is that like we can't really win as such tonight. Like even if we do beat Napoli, if it was a few weeks ago, we'd be like, oh, is this the corner turned? But now we've experienced actually beating the likes of Man City and new West Ham and stuff, and we constantly think the corner's turned, and then we get hit with, you know, losing to the relegation side. So even if we win today, it's a bit like, okay, but what are we learning about this team? Okay, we're learning we can switch it on when it's a big occasion, and a European Champions League night under the lights at Anfield, it is still a big occasion. We know this team can do that. So what do we learn about them? What does it prove? You know, that's why I feel a bit weird towards this game. I'm going to try and enjoy it. Obviously, it's still watching Liverpool play, of course, but I think it'll be just a strange feeling, you know, watching the game. It's a bit like if we lose, it's like, oh yeah, okay. If we win, it's a bit like, yeah, okay. Because what is it showing us? You know, if we'd been on a real bad run and we hadn't beat Man City, we hadn't beat West Ham and stuff like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe this is the corner turn. But we've proved we can do it in these one-off games. So it'll be a strange game, I think.
It is going to be, and that's why picking the lineup is actually quite difficult. And that's what's annoying. I mean, Porto are 2 up, so Porto will go top their group. I do really think that Klopp has the result in the back of his mind. I really do. Also, I feel like he thinks this team needs rhythm after 2 Premier League losses to teams like Forest and Leeds, which we should never lose. He's probably going to think, right, this team needs something. It needs a win. It needs an injection of something before we play Tottenham on Sunday. Yeah. I've already gone and said it. It wouldn't surprise me if we won tonight and we beat Tottenham Sunday and lost to Southampton. It literally wouldn't shock me at all.
That's the way the season's gone so far, hasn't it? You know, beating Man City and then losing to Leeds and Forest. I mean,
and Klopp has already mentioned it. You get 3 million a win in the Champions League. Yeah. I remember he mentioned it last season when we had that dead rubber when we won 5 out of 5 in our group stage, didn't we? And it didn't really matter. And he played quite a strong team. I think he only played. Was it Nat Phillips played? And I think and one of the youngsters. I think it was one of the youngsters, and that was it. And everyone else was full strength. You know, Jota was playing, Salah was playing, Addison was playing. So,
what question for you then, Jamie? What would you want to see tonight? What would make you happy, you know, to see from this Liverpool team tonight?
Just a decent performance.
Yeah.
I just want a performance. I want, even if we lost, but we performed extremely well, and the players were clapped off the pitch. And there needs to be an atmosphere tonight. The atmosphere at Anfield has been appalling.
Yeah,
it's been absolutely appalling. Even I was watching James Redman the other today, and Jane on his channel, and James Redman was talking about it as well when he's going in there, saying it's just appalling at the moment.
Because the fans are anxious, aren't they? Like, I really thought Saturday night under the lights against Forest, like, it's going to be like a European type atmosphere. We're gonna, you know, suck the ball into the cup. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be okay, guaranteed 3 points. But like, we gave away the first goal stupidly early on, and then suddenly there's just anxiety in the crowd. So that's probably why I think the fans, the match-going fans, all fans, but it's the fans that are in the stadium, they just know that this team at the minute, they just can't hold leads. You know, they give away stupid goals. They're not playing well, and it just filters, doesn't it? It filters into then what the output is you get from the crowd, and then you start seeing Fabinho and Elliott sort of trying to chuck their arms in the air to raise the crowd, and you get a bit annoyed then, because you're a bit like, oh no, hold on, don't tell me to be loud. How about you start playing, you know, how you should be playing, and then maybe we'll fucking do our job, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's our score predictions? So, score prediction in the chat, guys. What do you see the result today? Let me know in the chat right now. I think somehow we win, and I don't know why, but I think we'll win today. I think Anguissa not playing, injured, that's a massive loss for them. They got Atalanta on Sunday, on the weekend, which is a huge game for them. First versus second. I think Napoli will rest more players than we will. I think Napoli will rest more players than we will. For that reason, I think we will win. I think we'll win 2-1.
Okay.
I can't have a back against us. So even if we do, I'm still going to say 2-1.
Yeah. I think it's going to be 1-1.
1-1.
I'll go
1-1. I mean, as long as there's a good performance, that's what I want to see. I just want to see good performances from this team. I'm sick of the dead performances. I saw 2 performances against Leeds and Nottingham Forest that I don't recognise in this Liverpool team. And then I watched us play against Ajax, and it's like, it's night and day. Man City, it's night and day.
Yeah.
And exactly. I think this team need a little, what no one's talking about as well. Napoli humiliated us in their first game of the group stage at their place. And I think we've got to look at that and think, hang on, that's a bit of pride's at stake here. Let's not get humiliated for 2 games in the group stage against the same team. You know, pride's got to be at stake as well. So that's why I'm thinking we'll go strong.
Yeah. And like, that's one thing that this Liverpool team have been so good for in the past is, like, especially in the season where we had our injury crisis in defence, is that, like, definitely these players that were taking receipts, and they were like, I tell you what, when we're back, we're going to absolutely smash you. And in the return legs, there would like be that extra motivation to beat the teams that had got one over on us. But I don't know. I don't know if they'll even think about it that way this season. It just, that fighting them just doesn't seem to be there in the minute. But you could be right. The thing is, it's not even embarrassing to lose by that scoreline to Napoli with how things have gone since. You know, and their form since. It's actually a bit like, yeah, okay, well, that can happen on any given day against Napoli at the moment. So how embarrassing is it really? You know, we still qualified. That's the important thing. It's not as if they smashed us but they're actually a poor side. You know, they're actually decent.
You don't want to be smashed by the same team twice in one group stage, though.
No, of course not. Yeah,
that's been pride's at stake, and they've got to do better, and that's why I think he plays a strong team. So there you go. Apparently the team is Alisson, Trent, Canate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Thiago, Milner, Salah, Bobby, and Jones.
I won't get the Bobby one though. The guy's played so much football. Like he's starting every single game.
That's what my wife just sent me as well. So we got Alisson, we got Trent, we got Konate, but we got the back four and goalkeeper. What's the midfield? We got Thiago, we got Milner. I just don't see if Fabinho's playing, that's madness. After everything that's going on, the argument that he had pitch side with Klopp yet again for the second game in a row, and then Salah, Bobby.
What formation is that anyway?
4-3-3, isn't it? With just Curtis
Is
Jones.
it? Because you got Fabinho as the 6, Thiago left, Milner right. Yeah. Jones would play as the left forward then.
Yeah, Jones would play left forward, which is probably his position.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Milner definitely starts because he did the press conference yesterday, which usually indicates that they're going to play.
Well, saying that, Jota did the press conference for Rangers and he was on the bench, wasn't
he? Yeah, true. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So
yeah,
but they're in the squad definitely.
Yeah, but
I've had a feeling Milner will play.
Yeah, but I mean, Patman says it there. Complains about fatigue and injuries, and then plays a full strength side in a game that's a dead rubber.
Well, that's where I get annoyed with Klopp. That's when I'm like, Klopp, don't talk, don't say that, because I do get annoyed when he goes, the players are fatiguing and that, and then they'll play a full strength team in a dead rubber game. That's what the fans are getting annoyed with. Just don't say it because you're making a rod for your own back, ain't you?
And I do understand the point as well that you don't want to be a club that's used to losing. You don't want that filtering into your club. But I think if you did lose this game with a fully rotated side, most people would recognise the situation and they'll just be like, okay, yeah, is it a fully changed side? No cohesion, inexperienced players, but we were just resting people because we were already through. I think fans, players, media, I think they'd understand that. I don't think there would be too much of a backlash as such, Whereas, if this team plays or that team you've just thrown up plays, there might be a bit of a backlash if they lose because they're like, oh my God, Liverpool's not the strongest team, but, a real strong side still can't compete at the top level. So,
well, the Anfield Talk have tweeted it out that team, so Alisson, Konate, Van Dijk, Trent, Simicast, Fabinho, Thiago, Milner in the midfield, Salah, Bobby, and Curtis Jones on the left. Darwin Núñez is on the bench. I'm surprised Darwin's benched, I've got to say.
I just wonder if he's maybe with his hamstring, they're just being a bit cautious about that. It wasn't an issue in the last game, was it? But the game prior to that, he sort of...
Darwin ain't played 90 minutes yet.
Yeah.
He's not even completed 90 minutes yet.
He's still getting up to the pace, isn't he? He's still getting up to the pace of the league and everything, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not going to profess to have watched Benfica a lot, but I would hazard a guess that the intensity of the Premier League games is a lot more than the games he would have played at Benfica. So maybe he's just feeling it on his legs a bit more than he expected. And he had that bit of a scare with the hamstring, so they're probably just being cautious with it. But
hang on, what's this? Hang on, I found some other stuff here. Where was it? Konate and Curtis Jones are expected to be in Liverpool's 11 tonight, says Dave O'Cop on Twitter as well. So it looks like that could be the team. Apparently, if Atletico Madrid lose this game, they could be out of Europe altogether. They will finish bottom. They could finish bottom of the group.
Wow.
They're losing 2-0 at the moment to Porto, and there's only we've had 35 minutes played.
Oh God! I mean, I don't know much about Atletico Madrid. I've not kept up with them this season, but what's going on there? I mean, they've got
prison.
Is it just Simeone? Players just don't want to listen to him anymore. Don't like the style of play anymore, and all of that. Because I mean, they've got some absolute quality players in there, haven't
they? Their way of playing is not sustainable. It's just not under that. And the thing with Atletico, they've got money issues as well. They have to sell players as well. So it's not a good time for Atletico at the moment. That's why everyone's on about João Felix. You can get him pretty cheap now.
Well, there's João Felix, and then they've got a couple of good midfielders as well, aren't they? Who's the Argentinian guy? What's his name?
Oh, hang on, Porto for free. Oh, well saved. Sorry, a little watch along here.
Yeah. But, hey.
Yeah. Oh, the Brazilian guy. What? Carrera? No, he's Argentinian, ain't he?
No, but he's not a bad player either, Carrera.
Yeah, he's
to be fair.
They got some good players, man, but they play so defensive. They play so defensive-minded that these attacking players are not used properly. Griezmann is Griezmann only allowed to play an hour still, and then he has to come off.
Yeah, something after
Barcelona. Yeah. That's mad. How is that allowed? How is that allowed? Could you imagine that actually being allowed in English football?
They broke it though, didn't they? They broke it in one of their games.
Oh, did they break it?
Yeah. Played on, so it's not
Felix is the one.
That's the guy.
João Felix is the one I'd go for.
Yeah.
But the one.
Yeah.
Test
money though, isn't it?
Money though. Well, the thing is that they're in so much. They've got so many money issues. They go have to accept whatever they give them at the moment. They're not going to get that. You could probably go for 60 million with João Felix, and I reckon you get him.
Really? Wow. He would be a player that I'd quite like, to be fair.
Rodrigo De Paul.
Yeah, that's the guy. That is the guy I was thinking of. Yeah.
Matt from Kopish loves him.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Angel Carrera, he's a good player as well, the Argentinian forward. Yeah, they've got a lot. They've got a lot of ballers in their team, but they play prison football, man. They're cuffed up.
Yeah. Felix would be a good one if you could get him out of there.
João Felix is the one, man. He's their star player. But I reckon with the money issues, you offered 60 million. I reckon you get him. You know, I reckon you get him. Let's put the team in. So Curtis Jones in now. Who was it? Milner and Fabinho, weren't it?
Firmino as well. So take Nunez out.
Fabinho. Nunez for Bobby. Here we go. That was the team, yeah? That's the Roman team. Oh, lovely. That's the guys. That is the Roman team. Klopp Out, Penny in, big up KO. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. So that's the first 11, guys. That is apparently the first 11 that is going to play Napoli at home tonight. So it's Alisson in goal, Trent, Canate, Virgil, Simicas, Milner, Pendo, Milner, Fabinho, Thiago, Salah, Bobby, and Curtis Jones on the left. For Curtis Jones on the left is going to be interesting.
Yeah, you can see it now, can't you? You can see the hate, this Twitter hate for this guy coming. That's the way it goes, I guess, at the minute.
It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. But then at the same time, you know, he's going to have a bit of freedom to play in a position that I think he would pick himself if he could put himself anywhere on the pitch. Maybe as a 10, possibly. But he's in a position where he can go and make things happen. He's given a bit of freedom, you know. He's just got to move the ball quickly. He's got to get it, he's got to drive, and he's got to move it, you know, and not hang on to it and slow tempo down and this and that, especially with Thiago and the team. Let Thiago dictate tempo. But
exactly.
If he has a bad game, not even a bad game, even if he just is average and passes the ball around and keeps, you know, the ball well, he's going to come in for some hate because that's just the media social media of Curtis at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. I hope Curtis has a good game. So everyone has a good game. Liverpool perform well, get the result, and we're all happy. But, guys, I will be back for the watch along at 7:30, so not too long now. But when this video ends, guys, literally stay on the video. Don't go anywhere. When this video ends, it's going to direct you straight to my next video, which is the watch along. If you could all stay right now, you'll be redirected. You don't have to do anything, guys. You'll be redirected to my next video. Please go and leave a like on that video straight away, guys. So you're going to be redirected to my watch along video straight as this one ends. It'll pop up. And just leave a like on that video straight away, guys. If you could do me that favour, I'd appreciate it. So till what, an hour and a half's time? I'll see you at 7:30, guys.